What's up, guys? Let me strap on my mic now. I had it strapped to my hand so y'all could hear the music. And I'm gonna turn the fan back on because I'm hot now. So. What's up, everybody?
You didn't have it for 3 seconds.
Yeah, I can't breathe. What's up, everybody? Yay, art. How's everybody? Happy 30th anniversary, 30th birthday to Pokemon. This day in history. Launched in Japan. We didn't get it for 2 years later, but still, 30th anniversary of Pokemon. Happy birthday, Pokemon. We love you.
And we were there from the beginning.
There from the beginning, yeah, yeah. But in America, we were here from the beginning. So, what's up, everybody? See a lot of folks in the chat today. First of all, as always, can y'all hear us? Can y'all hear Brad? Can you hear me? Gotta catch them all.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, John.
That's one of the best slogans ever.
Yeah. We got John in the chat, Misty, Stinker Buns, Aaron, Holly, Brad's even in the chat.
Matt was in there earlier.
Yeah, Matt was in there. He's probably coloring or something. So Matt's coloring a really cool piece of Pokemon art while we're doing the stream in celebration. So, yeah, if you guys tuned in to last week, can you believe it? We streamed last week. Less than a week ago, we streamed. This is 2 streams in less than a week. This feels like 2021 or 2020, or when were we? I don't even know what the peak of our streaming was. Before. It was before the pandemic, right? You're here, but trying to track down a package that's supposed to be delivered. That is no fun. John, is Pokemon Go still going?
Yeah, they talked about it as the 10-year anniversary today.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. 10 years. Yeah. Holy crap. Yeah. Man, time flies when you're catching them all. So, yeah, so if you guys were here last week, we did a 40th anniversary of Zelda, which was super fun. I got a confession, guys. After the stream, I go back and I watch the streams. One, because I like to see how the sound is, and see if it, if everything sounds good, if I'm coming through clear, if there's any background noise, and then just to kind of check the quality of the drawing, because sometimes on this camera it looks great, but sometimes on the screen it doesn't. So I go back and watch them. I've watched them a few times because I feel like our Zelda discussion was fun to listen to. So, not to toot our own horn, but that was a good stream last week. So, so for all of you that were here last week, thanks for tuning in last week. I'll show it here before I get started, but I didn't finish the Ganon versus Link piece, but I have I've gotten a long ways on it, and it's becoming one of my favorite pieces of art I've ever done. So, but today's all about Pokemon. Even at work today, every morning we have to have a meeting at work. And I spent my meeting not talking about sales numbers and credit numbers. I spent it talking about Pokemon facts. So it's the only way you should. Oliver said he wanted a sign.
He wanted a Pokemon?
He wanted a Pokemon. You better go get him one.
Yeah.
Oliver,
you gotta give him a companion.
We'll get you a Pokemon. Look at all these Pokemon back here, guys. You see these?
Who's Oliver's favorite?
Yeah, I don't know. You guys go ahead and put in the chat who your favorite Pokemon is. We need to know.
If I could find a plush of Volcarona, because he loves volcanoes right now.
Yeah.
I get any of the dinosaur Pokemon.
Yeah, any of the dinosaur Pokemon. Tyranitar.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a Godzilla shirt for Pokemon Day. Godzilla's appropriate at all times. So.
Yeah, well, we can get into that, but a lot of Godzilla influenced a lot of early Pokemon.
Yeah. We got Gloom and Wobbuffet. So yeah, look behind us, guys. We got a lot of Pokemon back here. We got a Celebi, we got a Dialga and Palkia.
Palkia, yeah.
I'm having a hard time here. Gengar, which I got for Christmas from Mrs. Scoot. It's a big old Gengar plushie. We got some Pokemon up here.
Yeah.
Just more plushies, and of course, Raichu's everywhere because he's the best Pokemon. And then Brad bought some really cool Perlers up here because Onix is Brad's favorite Pokemon, and then Pinsir and Slowbro are part of his original team. So, yeah, we got Pokemon hanging out with us now. Oh, forgot Woobat. He's sitting there next to Raichu. Woobat goes everywhere with Brad in his Jeep. So
every time I play Pokemon, the first gen, those 3 Pokemon are always on my team.
Yeah.
I have another one. What am I missing? I usually have a fourth one, and I mix up the rest of the team.
I don't know. Mine's always
Because I think I have Venusaur on my team
yeah,
usually, and
obviously
then I'll
yeah.
switch between the others.
Yeah, I always have Blastoise,
Mhm.
Raichu, Magmar, um, and sometimes I have Kabutops, but sometimes I'll switch him out. So anyway, um, yeah, Gloom, Wobbuffet, Ninetales, Quagsire, cool. Um, so yeah, as people hopefully pop into the stream, I thought it'd be fun to do a giveaway to where whoever we draw at the end of the stream, first of all, you got to be present in the stream, and then uh, second of all, there is no second of all. Present in the stream, you tell me what your favorite Pokemon is, and I will either do a full color sketch card or I'll do a bigger kind of
Like
like
Duskull.
like here's one of Duskull that I did earlier in the week. So something like this, an ink drawing. So um, hey, Cubone's not simple, man. Cubone's awesome,
He said
and
a
we
simp.
still and we yeah, and we oh, you're a simp like Cubone. I got you. We still we all sympathize with Cubone after his mom died, and we had to see her spirit in Lavender Town. Um, so yeah, Pokemon is to get serious for a minute. Pokemon's near and dear to me and Brad's heart.
Yeah.
Um, Literally, it came out in America in 1998,
Yeah.
and I can't remember if we got it in '98 or if we got it early '99. I remember getting it around my birthday, so it might have been early '99. I don't remember
Yeah.
because it came out at the end of the year of
It was
'98.
we bought it when we moved to Millington.
Yeah,
And so I think so.
because I remember Mom was like, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I was like, "Well, I want Pokemon and a Game Boy Color." And I was like, "But I need Brad wants to play it with me, so can Brad get a Game Boy?" And so he got the green Game Boy Pocket
Still got it.
and and got Pokemon Blue, and I got Pokemon Red. So, Misty, you like Diglett?
I didn't know that.
Little poop Pokemon. Ain't nothing wrong with Diglett. He's awesome.
I'm gonna circle back to that
Okay.
on Misty later. That's a great choice.
So yeah, Brad and I have been with Pokemon since the beginning. I mean, obviously we started watching the anime before we got the games, as all of America did. The anime came out before. Um, so yeah, we've been with Pokemon since the beginning, and man, it's every time I think about Pokemon or I think about good memories like growing up in childhood, Pokemon has a lot to do with it. So this is super special for us. I'm glad it's hitting 30, and it's still the most profitable franchise out there.
Highest
Uh,
grossing like media franchise
yeah, ever of all time. So that's pretty crazy. So
bigger than Mickey Mouse. They had like a 90-year head start. Like
HTM not in mall. I don't know how to say that. Tell me how to say that. But hey, what's going on?
Or give us another name.
Yeah, or give us another name. We'll call you whatever you want to be called. But hey, what's going on? Glad you could join us. So yeah, I'm gonna get into a picture here this week. I will finish this picture. So the last couple of weeks I haven't finished. But Pokemon's pretty simple. But I've created a piece here that I think is pretty rad that kind of represents me and Brad as Pokemon, because not as Pokemon, but our love of Pokemon. Because as I've said many times, my favorite Pokemon is Raichu, which is why he's all back there. Brad's favorite Pokemon is Onyx, giant rock snake. So I have a piece here that I've done of Raichu and Onyx, and it's going to be super cool, and I'm going to ink it up, and it's going to be rad, and we're going to talk about Pokemon for a couple hours, and we even got, Mark from Academy way back when. I've known a lot of Marks from Academy, so be a little more specific, but hey man, thanks for tuning in. If you're tuning in, you were one of the ones I liked, so cool. Like you. I'm glad you're here.
Either that, or we have our first hater, which is
yeah. I mean, you
cool
could be our
way.
first heckler. We need you. You're important too. So, you need to finish your 151 master set. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm gonna jump into this. We're gonna start talking. Brad's gonna do his thing. I'm gonna do my thing, and we're gonna talk about Pokemon and celebrate 30 years. So glad you guys could be here with us, and let's jump into this. Team lead over footwear. How are you, pal? Miss you. What's up, Sean? Post surgery.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah, I can't just flash the drawing, and you're sitting here saying post surgery.
It had to be a penile reduction.
Yeah, it had to be, absolutely.
It's the only thing I could think of.
And this is the first stream this year, guys. I haven't had my hair down. And it should be because it's a party when my hair's down. So,
Yeah.
all right, here we go. We're gonna jump into this.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of cool stuff we can talk about.
Yeah.
I wanna
So
start
here we go real quick. Here's the art. Here's where we're at. So Onyx coming in, Raichu riding on his big head horn and pointing and saying, "Let's go get these mofo's." So you've got your muck cover drawing on the back. Oh, cool, awesome, man. I appreciate it. Bicep almost completely tore off. My goodness. Hey, man,
dude,
Brad, show him. We're here. We're here for you, buddy. We're here for you.
His bicep was so large it nearly came off.
So bicep.
Dang, was it on the nerd tattoo sleeve arm or on the blank one, the blanker one? I'm curious. Man, I'm glad you're doing better though.
Yeah, for real, man.
Might have been. I still don't think I could take him in a fight.
No, absolutely not.
Choked me out immediately.
There's some things for sure I know in this world, and taking a fight with Sean is guaranteed loss.
It's got to be a sucker punch with a 2x4.
So I'm still doing some penciling on this. So I'm just going to do some parts and tighten it up while we're just talking about. So go ahead. You were saying something. Where to start?
Like one of the Raichus. I don't know if it's kind of behind Scoot's head. But he has a little Raichu plushie. And the Woobat right by me, right by my head. A few of us when we...
Can you reach it? No, I don't think you can reach it. Yeah, it's all right. I'll show it at the end. He's sun faded.
Yeah, but if, like, a lot of these plushies look nice and crisp and collector's mint and, like, Woobat...
He's seen some shit.
If you look, his butt is actually a different color because he sits on my dashboard. And when, like, we were all getting cars and stuff, our first cars when we were... I don't know, 19 to 22, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
We all picked a Pokemon companion to go on our adventures with us, just like you do in the games. And Scoot had a Raichu plushie, so he put it in there. Our friend Brian had Duskull. He's the one who started it. He had Duskull on his dashboard. Yeah. And Pokemon Black and White had just started coming out because, I was 22 when it came out, and I got my first car. And so I had Woobat. Woobat has been... my travel companion through 3 cars, and he's seen more states than some people have. He's been overseas. He travels so much so, like, I've got.
He went with you overseas?
Yeah, I took him to Japan with me.
Nice. And I didn't even know that.
I took him to. I believe I took him to Europe with me too.
That's super cool.
But yeah, I take him with me everywhere because he's literally my travel companion.
Yeah, and it's funny because Woobat's not even one of Brad's traditionally favorite Pokemon.
But now I have him tattooed on my arm, like so. And it's because when I was thinking about it, I was obviously like, first thing I thought is full arm sleeve of Onyx wrapping around. But that was a bit of a commitment. But I was like, what Pokemon could I put on there? And I was like, well, Woobat. He's my companion. If I ever lost that plush, he's been with me for over 16 years now. So it's this weird way where, like, I played Sword and Shield, and I wasn't a big fan. But I haven't played the newer games as much. But, like, Pokemon still has staying power. I still probably go back and play Gen 1 every couple of years. Gen 3 a lot too.
Fire Red and Leaf Green launched today on the Switch.
Yeah, and Pokemon is always, like, even if Pokemon kind of tapers off a little, like, I didn't get into Pokemon Go. It wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I
tried.
I played it.
I definitely tried it, yeah.
But I don't really care for phone games. But also, like, I had a moment of hating where the guys at work, it was funny. I worked at Second Line in Restaurant Iris at the time, and they were like, "What's that on your dashboard?" And I was like, "That's Woobat. He's a Pokemon." And they're like, they were roasting me. Well, that's okay. I'm a nerd. I'm used to getting roasted.
Oh yeah.
And I'm quicker witted than all of them, so I roast them back. And then Pokemon Go came out, and suddenly Pokemon was cool again, and everybody was playing, and they were talking about it. And they came to me, and I was like, "Oh, suddenly I'm not a loser anymore." And so I was a little like. Not angry. I was a hater on Pokemon Go for a while, but also then I realized, like, one, gets people up and out of the house. They're out doing their thing, and then it kind of opened it up for a whole new generation of people who won't play it the same way I did, and that's cool. I'm glad that it has to evolve and change and become something different at times. And even if I think the games suffered a little. Starting with, like, at least Sword and Shield is my example, and I'll try not to pick on it too much. But because it had some really cool Pokemon.
Yeah. But as we say, whatever you like.
Yeah, Ben Riley Protocol still works on video games, but I think they didn't change enough, like, or they played it too safe. And Pokemon Go
Yeah.
is a whole different way to do that. But
Maybe it was kind of like Animal Crossing City Folk, where they tried to add something new, but it just wasn't enough new after like Wild World did so much revolutionary new stuff.
um, yeah, and I think there's some things, but like again, there's a little bit of nostalgia because to me, like playing Pokemon Blue still feels like an adventure.
No, you.
It,
Well, to answer Holly's question real quick, do you have to have your sound on during the giveaway? I mean, we're gonna pull it. We'll show the name, and if
yeah,
it happens to be you, no, you don't have to have the sound. You just need to reply because
yeah.
I need to know that you're in the chat.
And I'm taking everybody who's saying their favorite throw your favorite Pokemon in the chat anyway.
Yeah.
Or top 5. I don't care. There's over 1,000 of them now. You can like
Yeah.
as you like.
Yeah.
And
you can name any and all Pokemon that you like.
Yeah. And John said it helps me keep active hatching those eggs. Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Dude. It's a positive.
Sean said he's about to buy a Switch 2 for Pokemon.
Oh hell yeah!
I want Pokopia.
So I got a Switch 2 day one, and Sean, actually, you'll be with me on this. Resident Evil Requiem came out today as well on Switch 2, and I want the hell out of it. So I'd love to get it.
Sean missed it last week, and we were talking about we brought up Brawl, I think, and I said
yeah, of course we did.
We didn't. Oh, because I talked about not playing Skyward Sword and how I dropped off. I dropped off of the Wii real hard after Brawl. Brawl is terrible. It did unspeakable things to my psyche.
Sure.
But Sean and I played Umbrella Chronicles the entire night before, right up to the midnight launch, and that was a blast. That game was so fun. I love a good rail shooter, and Resident Evil was great.
Brawl was awful, but that week we all hung out in the same room together.
Oh yeah,
was awesome. Gengar and Gyarados. Do you mean Gyarados? Gyarados. Yeah. I got you.
Gengar. So
got Gengar back here. Sean, look at him hanging out back there with a pumpkin on his head.
It's funny because everybody in the chat's like dropping their favorite Pokemon, and if you're in my phone and I know your favorite Pokemon, it's your contact ID. And even like the people I have, like my top people, like the people I've pinned, is like my family and stuff, and you can see all their Pokemon. And like, so if I have your number and you haven't told me your favorite Pokemon, let me know and I'll update it. But it's just to me more fun than having pictures of everybody. So Scoop calls me and Raichu pops up.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Bear calls me and Wobbuffet shows up. So
okay,
right. And now some of them. Now this is where I got to circle back to Misty. Is Misty is Firo because of Philip. Philip told me to choose Firo. And she should have been Ponyta. I don't know why I didn't make her because Dad was Rapidash.
Yeah. Because
it just makes sense to make him the horse. But now apparently I have to make a Diglett. And so I'll fix that real soon.
Diglett.
Misty said she loved City Folk.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take City Folk was not a bad game, but we had come from Wild World on the DS, and that did so much new stuff. So when City Folk came out, we were and then maybe that was too much of us to expect that, but we were expecting a lot more. So it's still a great game, especially if you hadn't played Wild World.
Yeah. I think it was like a good. I mean, obviously graphically it was amazing. That's what I want Pokopia for because it looks like Animal Crossing Pokemon.
Dude, that video today got me hyped for Pokopia.
It just looks ridiculous, and so I was waiting. I had my fingers over the button, waiting to take a screenshot for them to be like, with this special Switch 2 bundle, and I was gonna be like, well, dude, here it is.
Here it is.
I'm gonna buy it.
Well, yeah, Sean, I got Switch 2 day one. I just kept drawing commissions to save up for it. And the day before it came out, I got paid for one more commission, so I was able to get it. It was hype.
And Misty said I could be Ponyta instead. If Diglett's your favorite, let it be your favorite. I mean, like, yeah.
And that actually brings me to another point. Why is Onyx your favorite?
I have no idea because I liked him before the anime, before we started, because we bought the games and then we started watching the anime.
Yeah.
And I have no recollection because you would think it would have been somebody green, or even like insects because I've liked insects for a while. But like that's why I like Pinsir so much. I look like stag beetles are the best. And
somebody asked me today. They said, "Why is Raichu your favorite?" And I said, "Huh, I don't know, but I know when the Electric Shock Showdown show came on.
Yeah,
I really fell in love with Raichu.
Yeah."
And I just thought he was so cool. Like, oh man, the evolved version of Pikachu,
Yeah.
and his voice was cool, man.
Yeah.
He's like Raichu.
He was chubby in it
Yeah,
still.
so fat. I loved him.
I love Alolan Raichu because I love the regional differences because it gives you kind of a new spin on your old
Yeah.
favorites. Like
Yeah.
if they were like, "Hey, here's this new Onyx," I like that. That's one thing I like about, pun intended, is Pokemon's always evolving, and as a series,
I got it.
and like although like I still think when they introduced Fairy type, Raichu should have become Electric Fairy
Oh yeah.
because
Stag Beetle love it. Yup,
they
John.
obviously weren't going to make Pikachu Fairy type. You can't change Pikachu. Pikachu is constant. But you can make Raichu Fairy, and then you open him up to a whole new world of resistances and buffs and all kinds of fun stuff. And I loved Alolan Raichu because they changed him just a little, and then he surfed on his tail like a real rat dude. It was so fun.
It was a cool design too. The colors were like so muted and pastel. I loved it.
Because Roxanne, duh. Yeah, I mean, I remember liking Onyx because then when we played or when we watched the anime, I was like, this is stupid. Like Pikachu can't beat him.
Yeah.
Why do they have Pikachu beat him? Literally, he's ineffective because he's ground type. And that was more upsetting than Yoda losing to Palpatine to me. Like there's
Brad still can't watch episode 2 of Pokemon.
Is that the second episode?
No, I think it's further in.
Oh, I was like, jeez. Because yeah, he has to get through the Viridian Forest.
Yeah,
first,
yeah.
Right? I haven't watched anime in a long time.
Yeah, like I said, we've been on my streams because I didn't want to play music and get struck down by Instagram. We've been watching the Pokemon show. I say I've been watching it, and everybody's been listening to it in the background.
That's good enough. But I'm gonna do this because we were talking about. I think Justin and I were talking about this because we've been talking about Pokemon a lot lately, and I remember like 9/11. I remember where I was when my Ivysaur first evolved into Venusaur.
Yeah.
And I remember because you got yours. We both had our game systems on layaway at Walmart. You got yours for your birthday. Like Mom and Dad finished paying it off. And then Dad, I remember, came in and he's like, hey, how much do you have left? And I was like, oh, I have this and this. And he's like, oh, okay. Well, maybe we can get it in a couple of weeks. And I was like, okay. And he's like, I'm just kidding. He like pulled out the box and had it for me.
Yeah.
And we played the mess out of it because it was Scoot's birthday, so obviously he got a gift.
Yeah. And I remember specifically saying, hey, if I can get it, can Brad get it too? Like, because we knew he was going to get blue and knew I was going to get red because red's my favorite color, obviously. So all the different versions of Pokemon that are red, Ruby, Scarlet, all those I've gotten the red version, but I had to have Brad play it with me.
Yeah,
and plus at that time we shared a room, so
yeah, we shared a room till we were 22.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I remember we were going. You had some friends over for your birthday, and so you hadn't gotten to play as much because you were being friend host. And I remember we were in the van. I was sitting in the floorboard because we didn't have enough space. And you just did whatever you wanted in the 90s. And so I was sitting in the floorboard, and I remember turning to you and like, Scoot, my Ivysaur evolved. And you were like, oh, that's cool, kind of distracted by friends and half like, I wish my friends would go away so I could play Pokemon.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, yeah, I don't know. Is there something like that? Do you remember where your Blastoise evolved? I mean...
I don't remember where my Blastoise evolved, but I remember evolving my Pikachu as soon as I got it.
Oh, yeah.
And all he knew was, like, Thunder Wave and Thunder Shock.
Yeah.
And so my original Raichu served no purpose on my team but to just being awesome.
Yeah.
But I do remember where I was when I beat the Elite Four for the first time.
Oh, okay.
So we had to go to this thing called PRE, which I despised. Parish Religious Education at our church.
Catholic indoctrination.
Yeah, and our mom was a teacher at it and stuff, so we had to go. But anyway, we had to go, and I'd always give lip about it. But I remember right before we were supposed to leave, I was like, I'm to the Elite Four. I have to do this. And so I'm sitting there, and Mom's like, all right, we're going to be leaving in like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever it is. And I was like, I have time. And so I sat there, and I played the Elite Four, and I swept them because I mean,
we were
oh,
overpowered.
we were overpowered,
I think I
man.
swept it with Venusaur alone the
Oh,
first
dude,
time.
yeah, swept them. But I remember when I got to Blue, and I was like, what if I lose? Would all this be for nothing? But then I remember uh, mom saying, "Hey, we're going to the car," and that's when I beat Blue. And I remember just the whole ride there to this PRE thing. I'm just sitting there. I'm just on cloud fucking nine. Like I can't believe I just beat Pokemon.
Hmm. I don't remember where I was. I do remember when Fire Red and Leaf Green came out. I was still in high school and I was in a study hall and I was playing it like I was acting like I was studying and I had my SP open
Yeah,
playing the game and I was so intense into it. I didn't see the teacher get up from his desk, leave, and it had two entrances in the study hall and he circled around, came up behind me and he's like, "Oh man, you doing good?" And I was like, "Damn!" And he called me. He's like, "All right, you gotta turn it off." And like I closed it, and he's like, "No, no, turn it off." I was like, "Come on, man, let me save it first."
yeah.
And he wouldn't let me. So like I lost all this experience and stuff I'd gotten from it. But
That guy has gotten what's come to him eventually.
yeah, he was cool enough. That was Coach Wachowski.
Oh yeah, I
He was a cool
remember
dude.
that. Yeah, he was cool.
He was cool enough. I remember Scoot and I kind of missed Gen 2 of Pokemon.
Yeah,
It wasn't, I don't know if it was an active choice. Maybe we were too cool for school, kind
I
of.
I think that's I know for a fact that at least for me, that's when I hit my okay. I'm moving on from Pokemon phase.
Yeah.
We've all been there. We all were stupid,
Yeah.
but I know that's when I was hitting that phase.
And so we missed Gen 2. And I remember I got my Game Boy Advance and I got really into that. And I met our friend Brian and he got me into Advance Wars and a couple others, and he was playing Ruby, and I was like, "Man, is that any good? I haven't played since the first one." He's like, "Oh, it's pretty good." So I went out and bought Sapphire, and I played the ever loving hell out of it.
I bought that for you.
You bought it for me?
Yeah.
Man, I don't
Um,
remember that. I
I
remember
I had graduated. No,
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 when you
no.
graduated, I bought Ruby for
You
myself. I
did,
bought
but I
both of
know
them.
I bought it for you
Um,
because Bear took me to Walmart to get it.
oh, I don't remember that
I
part, but
saved
cool.
up to buy it for. I don't know. I don't remember
Well,
why, but I
it
remember
came full
saving up.
circle because I eventually bought Ruby, and then when
Yeah,
Scoot graduated and he got an SP for his graduation, I gave him Ruby,
yeah,
and we both got back into it with third gen, and we got
yeah.
like a bunch of cool Pokemon like Huntail
Oh,
and
Huntail was awesome.
Exploud and
Rampardos.
Swampert. I love Swampert, and
Yeah, Blaziken.
yeah, it kind of brought us back into the game, into the series, and we've kind of been in ever since. Even if we're not always playing the
Yeah,
games,
yeah,
even like playing Smash Ultimate, I made Pikachu and Cineroar, and I've
yeah,
never played in Cineroar's game.
yeah. It didn't take long to get out of that. Pokemon's not my thing phase.
Yeah, a weird moment because I mean it's not like we ever really shunned our nerdiness.
No.
We really didn't try hard to be cool in school, so we just kind of were ourselves. But yeah, we just kind of missed the train on that.
Yeah.
But we were in ever since. We to this day like it's weird because I associate Audio Slave's self-titled album with Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, and like the first few chords of that whammy wah wah pedal whatever hell guitar sound
Yeah.
of Like a Stone will activate me like a sleeper agent to where I want to play Pokemon Sapphire. And I mean, I never take it away from any of the other games because I definitely love Diamond and Pearl, definitely love Black and White. But
We had some good times playing that, going up to Justin's and playing.
yeah, Ruby and Sapphire kind of felt like the last grand adventure to me. Diamond and Pearl were incredible because that's the weekend we went. Diamond and Pearl came out in 2006, the year I graduated high school.
Jeez.
Uh, Wake Up, Wake Up, Wake Up by the Pillows came out the same month.
Good album.
Yeah, and I remember we went to and Superbad because we went and saw Superbad while we were playing that, and we all went over to Justin's house and we spent a week. And I remember my favorite thing is Justin got really into battling, so he was breeding and like and building his team to be these to battle online competitively with people, and I was just trying to catch them all. I was trying to get every Pokemon. I was trying to complete my Pokedex. And so he would be up all night. I'd be trading, and he would ask me for Pokemon, and I'd trade them to him so he could breed them, and he'd give them back. And they introduced the global trading system, so I played the mess out of that. I remember one day him and I think Scoot was in the room too, and we're up. We're just playing this game, and his mom comes in. She's like, "Guys, what are you doing up?" And we're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Were we loud? Like we didn't mean to wake you up." And she's like, I'm going to work at 6 a.m. and we like open the window
Yeah.
and the sun floods in. We're like, oh god.
What is going on?
Yeah.
That's what Pokemon does to you.
Yeah, and so it's fun memories. Like, oh, we watched Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I think
Oh
that was
yeah.
when it first came on like TV Land, and so it was just playing like marathon and marathon and marathon. But yeah,
Yeah,
he said,
Pokemon will do that too.
John said Gloom saved me so many times before I found out how to evolve it, and I absolutely loved his design.
Oh man, I love Vileplume.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool ones. I really like.
And that original, what's his name, Sugimura, his art, the original artist from
Oh yeah, Ken
Pokemon.
Sugimori.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah,
artwork.
that's the Woobat I got on me, and then there's a bunch of artists, but Ken Sugimori, after their design, because a bunch of people design them, and
Yeah.
then he does the final design and the final artwork, and then like Junichi Masada always does the music, some iconic music in that game.
Oh my god, yeah.
Uh,
Speaking of that,
Satoshi,
put in the chat what's your favorite Pokemon music because whew,
yeah,
there's some good ones.
Satoshi Tajiri, who of course is the creator of Pokemon,
Oh, I thought you
he's
meant the wrestler.
he's um, he is famously like, I don't know if it's agoraphobic or he's just super introverted. Uh, I've heard things like he might have like Asperger's or be on the spectrum, but he's very reclusive
Hmm.
is the negative term. He just keeps to himself, and I think he's still involved to some degree, but he kind of gave up control a long time ago. But like he apparently used to love collecting bugs in like the countryside,
Yeah.
and he would take them to school and trade them with his friends. And as he grew older and like urbanization moved in, those bugs started disappearing. So he tried to come up with an idea of keeping it going.
I mean, you want to talk about making something that can't believe that Pokemon got as big as it did. They worked on that game for 6 years, and they Game Freak, the people at Game Freak, they didn't have money to keep just developing it, so they had to, while they're developing it, they're working at other companies developing their games so that they can make money to develop this Pocket Monsters idea that they have.
Yeah.
Like, and that's perseverance, man. To take that hardship and become the most profitable franchise in history, like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
And I mean, they obviously, I think they knew they had a hit
Oh
because they
yeah.
immediately started making the anime. They immediately did the trading card. Like they never
Oh
let
yeah.
up. And
And I'll say this too. Nintendo back then was pretty hardcore about stuff. So for them to jump on board and show that they trusted in it, it had to be something special. So
Aaron said Tajiri with the green mist.
hell yeah.
And then,
Yoshihiro Tajiri, man.
and then Sean said Jushin Thunder Liger.
Jushin Thunder Liger. Jushin Thunder Liger, the Pokemon.
Oh, that's where Haluchi comes in. Everybody loves
Oh dude, Halucha
Cash.
was on my team. Hey, who's your favorite Pokemon?
It's Chimchar.
Yeah, Monk Shake.
Uh,
But she also likes Snorlax because he sleeps and eats.
Blocks your way.
Y'all say hi to Mrs. Scoot in the chat.
Misty said there's a documentary on how the Pokemon game.
There's a few documentaries, and I've actually
watch them.
I've watched a bunch of them over the last few weeks. So like if you look at my YouTube search history stuff right now, my recommendations, it's all Zelda and Pokemon videos.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're gonna.
What's up, Xena? How are you?
So last week we were talking about Zelda, obviously, and we talked about we talked about a bunch of stuff, but I was talking about how like Wind Waker and how it's a Ganon game. It's about Ganondorf, and how it was sad at the end where he's got the Master Sword stuck in his forehead and he's dying and he's like, "There's the wind again," and I said it was his remembrance that the wind always brought him death, always brought death to his people. So I was reading this article from ZeldaDungeon.net, maybe,
Yeah.
and I sent it to
which is a
Scoot.
good website.
No, good
overall.
website.
Yeah, good website.
But the writer put that moment in there about the final battle with Ganon, which is an incredible final battle. But they talked about the wind, and they talk about how in the game Ganon is trying to get back his homeworld. He wants Hyrule back, and or at least the land, the world, and how they're like, oh, he's feeling the wind and he's remembering his homeland. And I was like, I don't think that's it.
Yeah, no.
I don't think that's it. I was like, I'm pretty sure. I played Wind Waker quite a few times, and so I went and found the game script, read through it, found that part, and no, he very clearly, it is not subtext. It is not subtle. He talks about how the wind in the daytime, the wind brought heat and death and discomfort, and at night, the under the moon, it brought freezing cold and death and discomfort. Not quite those words. I can pull the quote up, but it's not that important. And then he said though that's the reason he coveted Hyrule was because the wind always brought life and love there. And then at the end, when he's feeling that wind, he is not he is remembering his homeland,
He sure
but
is.
it's not because he's nostalgic for it. It's because it's
It's a
death
negative
following
light,
him
yeah.
again. And so I understand Zelda better than Zelda Dungeon.
Does that mean Brad's the
at least one game?
Brad's the top Zelda researcher out there? I think it does.
Cowboy Spurdy.
Yeah, she's one of my team members at work.
Oh, if you have a favorite Pokemon, throw it in the chat.
Throw it in the chat. You could try to win the drawing. You might get a sketch. And I'll say this, guys. If this puts it in perspective, the sketch that I plan on doing, if you get a sketch card, I charge $100 for those. If you're doing, I've never drawn a Pokemon as a commission, but if I'm doing the ink sketch, that's usually about $100 too. So, Gengar and Gyarados, that's two more for you. What's up, Shane? How are you, man?
Gengar's a classic.
Gengar's a classic. I got again, behind my head here, Gengar plushie.
Oh, so I pitched an idea to Scoot, and you guys, anytime you can, try to convince him it's a good idea. So I love the original battle screen, where it's very simple, obviously, because it's the Game Boy game. But I told Scoot what we need to do is I'll get a tattoo that is Onyx, like the back sprite, and then
like this
facing off. Yeah, I made stickers of
Brad, this is a sticker Brad gave me of Onyx.
I made them. I got a bunch of them. Whoever wins a sketch, I'll send some along.
We'll send an Onyx sticker for you.
I said I could get one where it's the back sprite's Onyx and he's having a battle against Raichu, and then Scoot can get the same thing, but it'll be Raichu's back sprite against Onyx. And so now we've got the idea. I just have to convince him.
I don't think there's any convincing needs to be had.
It's just we need to
gotta go do it. Yeah.
I mean, it could be sprite form, or you could.
It's a great idea.
Draw it if you wanted.
No, it would have to be classic. Yeah, you have it with you. Oh no, come in here. Hold on. I got you. Here we go. We're coming in real quick. This is her favorite Pokemon. This sits with her plants. Ashley's a plant person. This sits with her plants. This little Bulbasaur sits with her plants, and she has our whole living room is plants. So Bulbasaur, not to be confused with.
You have a new poster of Obi-Wan up.
not to be confused with Bulbasaur. Okay, all right, back to the art.
He said, Shane said, come down to Cumberland Con, and we'll get Pokemon tattoos.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I want the full Yakuza with Onyx's head coming over my shoulder. Oh.
Shane, I saw you guys announced Cumberland Con again. Do you have a date? Because Memphis Comic Expo is not happening this year. And if it might be in the same month, I'm looking for a convention to go to that month. But getting Pokemon tattoo sounds awesome. So
yeah, you gotta rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah,
get you going. But yeah, there's a guy at work who described himself as considerably younger, which hurt. But he's 23, so I guess it fits.
Yeah.
He came in one day. Like I work. If you know where I work. You don't need to know where I work, but I work with a bunch of Mississippi good old boys, and they're all, all the mechanics are exactly what you expect. If you can think of like the phenotype or a stereotype of what a redneck mechanic looks like, and this guy comes in and he's a cool dude. I get along with him, and I'm listening to the Ruby and Sapphire soundtracks. And he comes in and he's like, "Is that Ruby and Sapphire?" He's like, "Is that Pokemon? Ruby and Sapphire?" And I was like, "Yeah, oh my god!" And so he like stopped. He came in and he was like talking to me for a minute about it, like a 20-minute conversation. Then he walked off and he came back. He's like, "I forgot I came up there to ask you something."
Dang.
And so we've been talking about Pokemon a lot.
Look, man, Pokemon can bring people together.
And he came up one day, like he saw like I had a short sleeve shirt on. He's like, "Is that Woobat on your arm?" I was like, "Yeah." And so like he got an Onyx got an Onyx sticker as well. So
Nice.
it's cool. Like in the midst of like this guy who probably shoots guns and drinks Coors at
And
all times is like secretly. We got into. He's
if
like, "Yeah,
Pokemon were real, he'd be a Pokemon hunter.
my first one was this game," and I was like, "Oh." He's like, "What was your first one?" I was like,
The first one.
Yeah.
The only way that I would have it. I wouldn't have it any other
Aaron
way.
Morrison. Aaron, hey.
What's up, Aaron? How are you?
She like Bulbasaur.
Okay, all these people's names going in. Don't forget, guys. You see I got it up here at the top of the screen.
October 10th
Free
and
sketch
11th.
giveaway.
For
October 10th and 11th. Okay.
2 days.
We will look into that. As long as you guys are having cryptid trivia that Brad can partake in.
Oh, as long as I don't catch a stomach virus.
Oh
this time.
yeah,
Dude,
yeah, that was so crazy.
That town where is it? Cumberland is where it was. I just remember talking about the Hopkinsville goblins.
Yeah.
But I should have. I'm convinced that an outside agent.
Someone poisoned you. Someone poisoned Brad.
Took me down because I would have run one cryptid trivia alone. And
Brad would have run a train on Cumberland.
That little town that has a population of 212 or something, I threw up in town square in front of all of them.
All of them were at that restaurant looking
badly. And then I had to like clean the inside of Ash because I was like, Scoot, you gotta take me back to the hotel. It's from the hotel where they put us up, which was a cool place, and great town. Like that town absolutely has something Stranger Things going on. There is some deep dark secret that we don't know about. But it was great. Like I walked there the next day, but it's maybe it was a mile and a half from the convention center.
Somerset, Kentucky.
That's Somerset, there you go. Yeah. And we got about halfway there. I was like, "You turn around. You gotta take me back to the hotel. You gotta take me back to." I was like, "Be ready to stop because I may have to bail."
And man, boy, did he!
Middle of town square. I lost 11 pounds from that stomach virus.
Luckily enough, we were at a stoplight or at a stop sign.
You pulled into the side.
Yeah.
Shane, funny enough, probably maybe about 6 months ago, I saw someone's car in Memphis who had an International Paranormal Museum sticker, just like I bought from. I'm sorry, I don't remember your shoeless friend's name. That guy was dope.
Your shoeless friend?
Yeah. He didn't wear shoes anywhere. Yeah. He was awesome.
Dude, him and Brad befriended each other very quickly.
He was so excited. He's like, "Yeah, I'll open this gate for open this door and show these people. Scoot's a VIP. I'm a nobody." And I immediately started talking about John D. and Boggy Creek and all this stuff, and he's like, "Oh, now we're cooking." And so that was a great time.
That was.
I know he moved. John said, "Brad, have you seen the cryptid trading card game MetaZoo?" Actually, I backed that initially on Kickstarter. I know it's now defunct. They went out of business. I have the initial run of it in a box upstairs. If you're a big fan of it, I mean, if you play that game, you can have it. I loved the cards. I loved the art. It was really fun and really cool. I didn't keep up with it later, but I had a blast with it then. It was sabotage.
His name's Kyle.
So Bear has a comment said, "Annie, did you tell them that your favorite is Mr. Mime just in case you win the drawing?"
Oh yeah.
So there's an ongoing joke. This is like a 2-decade-old joke where we put our names in Pokemon, so it's like Kadabrad. So you just put a D on the end of Kadabra, and it's my name. And it was Scoot Hoot, and Aerodactyl for Brian Rowe. And we did that with a bunch of them. And so we were coming up with them. I was like, "Oh, how about for Annie, we'll do Annie Mr. Mime." And it was not funny and then super hilarious. And then it's one of those things that we call these things persistent jokes, where we make these stupid jokes that aren't inherently funny, but we never let them go. And the persistence is what makes it funny. The other
Gyarados,
Gyarados. And like the other one, my other persistence joke is there's our sister Misty lives in Martin, and when you drive north to go to Martin, you pass through the town of Ripley. Every time I'm passing through, I call Philip or I call somebody. And I'm like, "Hey, just letting you know I'm passing through Ripley, believe it or not," and then hang up.
And it's never not funny.
It's never not funny. And so Annie Mr. Mime came up at Christmas. You labeled one of her presents that way, and so
Annie Mr. Mime.
It would be. It is never.
It'd be a shame not to mention that during the Pokemon 30th anniversary stream.
John said TJ isn't here, but he said Arcanine and Garchomp are a couple of his favorites.
Oh yeah, I remember him mentioning that. TJ, if you're watching this later, How are you, buddy?
Oh,
We
Shula's
mentioned.
friend's name is Kyle.
Yeah.
I tell him I apologize when I remember his name. I remember his amazing museum and the fun time we had there. I still have I bought a bunch of souvenirs from it, cups and stickers and stuff that I put all over the place.
Yeah, we have a magnet on our fridge from it.
Gotta slow down going through Ripley. What else? Oh man, we went to when Pokemon Black and White came out. The Wolf Chase Mall had a big Pokemon event.
Oh man, I should have found pictures because I
Oh
have
yeah, I've
pictures
got
from
some.
that.
And
Dang.
man, we are absolutely some of the oldest people up there, and I didn't care one bit.
No.
Oh, when so in 2014, I did a semester in France. Yeah, 2014. I did a semester in Lille, France, North France, but that part doesn't matter. Uh, when I was done, Michelle, my girlfriend at the time, came over and we traveled around, just hitting different places. We went to, I was in England, I was in mainly London for about 5 days because she actually missed her flight, and so I spent an extra day there
He sounded
waiting
like
on
he
her.
was from London.
And the other thing there is in London, when she was late and didn't get there, I had a whole day to myself, and I went to the Natural History Museum. So it's free. You walk in and it has Dippy the Diplodocus right at the start. Super cool, amazing museum. I was about the fourth person in, and the security guard came and got me to escort me out because I didn't realize they were closing. I was there from open to close. Such a
Jeez.
cool place, but um, and the but when we hopped around, and I planned this out months in advance. We went from England to Germany, Germany to Greece, Greece to Italy, Rome, and then Rome to Paris, and then to Texas to go to Acon. But we went to Paris, and it just so happened they were doing a 1 day pop up of a Pokemon Center France, and you could get the special. It's not Volbeat. It's not Beautifly.
You talking about the zigzag looking
It was
Rotom looking guy?
no, no, no. It was the butterfly from Black and White,
I
maybe.
don't
No, it's
remember.
not Black and White. It's
Was there an X and Y? Because that was during X and
it might
Y
have been
time.
X and Y, and yeah, it was X and Y because but someone in the chat will know. I feel bad I don't, but um, they had the special one where you could buy it and their wings were in the pattern of a Pokeball. So our last day, we were supposed to go do all this tour stuff, and Michelle's like, "We're not. We're going to this Pokemon event." And I didn't disagree. I had my Pokemon. I've been playing Pokemon the whole time I was over
She's
there.
like, screw the Louvre.
And so we went to the Louvre as well. But
Yeah.
yes, Vivillon is
Pavilion.
yeah. But we got that, and so I still have that to this day. And it was really cool. And there's just a ton of French people, and then two Americans just hanging out in line who just happened to be there. And so yeah, there's no way. It was really cool.
Here we go. So Annie sent a few pictures. So this is gonna be on my phone, so it might be a little hard to see, but let's see if we can get these in here. Look
Dang,
at
didn't have any pictures of me though.
No, that's just one. There's me and Philip. That's me literally hugging. God, what's his name? Not Cyndaquil. Why do I keep on saying it?
It's
He evolves into Grovyle, right? There's Philip.
man, we are behind on some names.
Yeah.
I know
I'll tell you though, you'll never forget your first.
Tepig is the
Tepig's the pig. Yeah. You'll never forget your first Pokemon game. So we could name all 151 of the original ones right now, but
I can name most of them. I'm really rusty, but
especially if we're singing the Poke Rap.
yeah. Oh, Annie, I'm just giving you a hard time. She said I know I have more somewhere. I do too. They're on my Google Drive.
I've got more somewhere too.
So
I've got a picture of me holding one of their hands.
Michelle used to cosplay Red, and from Gen 1, and she did it a couple of times, and then one year we went to Acon. I surprised her, and I put together a blue costume, so that was fun.
Smell you later.
Yes, that's scary for sure.
Yeah.
So Bear said I have my certificate I got from there.
Me too.
And the 10th anniversary. So that was different from the Black and White one. I think it was that still at Wolf Chase?
Yeah, it was.
But so they had the 10th anniversary one. Dang, that was 20 damn years ago. But they gave you a trainer certificate, so they ask you your birthday, and they would put it 10 years because in Pokemon you get your first Pokemon when you're 10 and you go on your adventure. And we all got certificates there funny enough is Michelle didn't go because she was lame, I
Yeah.
guess, and she really wanted one. So I ended up scanning that thing using Photoshop to remove my name, reprinting it and making duplicates of it because you couldn't find them online or you couldn't find a
No.
blank. And Bear, like I printed out a bunch of them. And Bear's got the best handwriting of us, so he signed one. One of her birthdays, I did it for, and I bought her like these really nice gifts. And she was like, "Oh, thanks!" And then she saw that and like burst into tears. And I was like, "Yeah, I guess that makes sense."
Yeah.
She loves it.
I'd have done the same. Those
John
Pokemon
said we're
events
getting
are fun.
old.
No, bro.
I still feel better than I ever did in 10.
John,
So
John, we both hit 40 this year, which actually I turned 40 in a week and 1 day, or week and
yeah,
2 days now. But yeah, doesn't matter. It's all about how you feel.
yeah,
And I feel better now than when I turned 30, so that's all that matters.
yeah. That 10th anniversary was dope. I have a Rayquaza hat somewhere from that. We when we went to the black and white, when we went to that Zoroark movie twice and
Yeah.
sat through it to get the giant Zoroa and Zoroark card.
Yeah.
So we had that giant TPC. Aaron said, "I feel fucking ancient." Like, bruh, you're way younger than us. Oh my gosh, there's pictures of Philip as and Adam is Pikachu and Charmander.
They
Look
send
at
them?
Pikachu.
Hold on. Did somebody send them to us? Oh, I didn't get
Look
them.
at Adam being a good sport, man.
I don't have
That's
them.
amazing.
Oh, here
we'll
we go.
get these up
I
for
got it.
everybody. Oh,
I
look.
got you. All right, here we go. So this is our nephew as Pikachu. Let me see if I can make my screen brighter here.
It's funny thinking that person,
Yeah. So
that girl who looks like a teenager in the picture with Michelle and I is probably like 30 now.
yeah, this is our nephew dressed as Pikachu. Man, that's great.
That's awesome.
Unfortunately, me and Brad never dressed as Pokemon.
No, I dressed as blue, and then I'm
Yeah.
cosplaying Shorts Boy right now. That's why I have a white shirt on and I have my hat.
Yeah. Can you guys see Brad's calves today? They're out in full force, guys.
They're not. Their chair's in the way. It's fine. We'll get them later.
Yep. If y'all ask nicely, he may bring them close to a camera.
But we did. I mean, like we did a bunch of Pokemon crafts. I made the Purlers.
Oh yeah. Oh, you made those?
Yeah, I made those.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
So Michelle and I I love it. Dude, there is something therapeutic about making Purlers.
Oh, they are.
All you gotta do is follow that.
Yeah, no,
So,
Ashley got into them for a while.
Michelle bought 4 like interconnected little grids, and that's what you needed to make those.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
eventually bought her a solid one, I think, but we had those, and I would just sit there and we're watching like Dragon Ball Z, and I'm just Purler in that whole thing. But then you have to iron them on one side completely before you flip them, or you may ruin the entire thing. So
and getting a good melt's tough on those.
Getting a good melt is.
Speaking of that, real quick, this year is the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball.
Jeez.
So we need to do a Dragon Ball stream too. So.
But those Purlers I've got a few more that I made of other non Pokemon stuff. Oliver just said his favorite Pokemon's Charizard. I don't know how he came to that, but cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if he wins,
I don't think I have a Charizard anything.
I used to have a little plush it was a thing that came with candy in the back, and so what I did is I took the candy. Obviously, I took the candy out, and then the pouch was really small, so I cut it out and turned it into a big coin wallet. It was actually really cool. Stinker said, I started rewatching Dragon Ball last night. I forgot how dirty those jokes are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's out of control.
Especially when you got, like, Launch. And isn't that her name, Launch?
Yeah. Aaron said, as much as I had some games, I was unfortunately more of a Digimon kid. Never played that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say unfortunately. I never did play it myself, but I hear nothing but good things about Digimon. So.
And he said at the Black and White event, people thought Philip and Adam were her kids. I mean, Misty taking me to kindergarten.
Yeah.
People used to ask if she was my mom, and it sounds like at the time Misty seemed so much older, like a mature person to me, and she was fucking 18. So it's also like how I always thought oh, it's okay that we're walking home. Bear is walking us home, and Bear's an adult when he was 11.
Yeah.
he was like 10 or 11 is at my
And
age. So
in some ways, we grew up early, but in other ways, we were late bloomers.
yeah, I always Scoot and I have probably said it on here before, but I always say I'm 10 years behind. Like
Yeah, 100%.
I age, I reverse dog years where like I do more stuff that most people did in their like or mid to late 30s now
Yeah.
and have fun doing it.
And I definitely I relate more to to younger. I say younger people. That makes me sound old, but I relate to people that are younger than me
Yeah,
as far as their interests, because a lot of their interests are the same things that I got into at their
yeah.
age, and I'm still into them.
I
Some
think it
people fall out of their fandoms.
I think it comes down to like energy too. Like
Yeah,
not to get I just because that's the most nebulous way I can put it. Like
yeah,
I obviously until recently I was pretty single, and then a lot of people I would date, I just hang out with them and then go on some dates and then realize they're like 28, 29, and I'm 38 now, but it's like I would be anywhere from like 34 to, and I'm like, why does that keep happening? And it's like I think it's because they were always down to do stuff, and like me, I still have massive golden retriever ADHD energy, and I want to go and I want to move and I want to do stuff, and I constantly want to change. I still like to go out and go running. I like to go on trips on a whim and just stay in a cabin somewhere and then go explore forests and get up and go
mm,
go come hang out here and do a stream. And like so many people my age were just like lazy and want to sit and want to, they're
yeah.
just boring. And it skewed younger on accident, not anything weird because like anything below 24 is just not worth my time.
No.
But that's just weird. I'm getting to where I can at least call people who are about 23 or below son. Like, all right, son, listen to me. But yeah, it's really a weird thing of how like that's why I think I get along with those people, and also like I'm comfortable with who I am. And as much as we talked about earlier how we fell out of Pokemon because for a moment we thought we were too cool for it, that's a very fleeting thing with us, very rare thing with us.
Yeah.
And so where all these other people who were my age, like there's a couple of people that worked at my age who clearly like aged out of everything. And there's some things, sure, you can age out of. A few things I've went back and watched that I've watched as kids and it just doesn't hold up. Like I've said it before, is I don't like Rugrats is annoying to me now, and I love that show as a kid. Courage the Cowardly Dog held up perfect,
Yeah.
and so you kind of don't have to just remember. You don't have to see a picture of Pokemon, or like see a video of Pokemon. Like, oh, I remember that. That was a fun time. Like, you can still
Yeah.
draw a picture of it. You can still get together and play, the original games. Still do something to have fun with it. You
Yeah.
don't.
Literally before this stream, you know what I was doing? I was going upstairs and going through boxes of plushies that I have to dig out my Pokemon plushies. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, and I. So yeah, I think
And
that's a
and
thing.
some
Is
people get embarrassed by their fandoms, I think.
oh yeah, no, I mean,
I don't think I will ever have that problem.
yeah,
But I definitely encourage people to like what you like
yeah, and it's
and not be afraid to like what you. I mean, unless it's like, you know, pedophilia or something. But
there's a couple of sort of like boys will be boys. There's a couple of loaded phrases which is like what you like or I am who I am.
yeah,
Now, unfortunately, as Southern white men, we've heard "I am who I am" as justification for terrible things. Growing up, oh, I was raised this way. This is who I am, and that's not right. But if "I am who I am" means I like to play Pokemon, cool.
yeah,
You're not hurting anyone. As long as what you're doing is not negatively affecting others, then why should you have to turn away from it? Why should something that gives you joy no longer be allowed?
yeah.
And
And Pokemon will bring me joy for as long as I can be alive. I watched a video the other day of this 91-year-old grandma that's obsessed with playing Zelda games.
oh, nice.
It's incredible.
TJ says hi. Or John, are you with TJ right now? That's cool. I hope he's doing well. I haven't seen him on Instagram as much lately. I hope he's doing real well. I hope most people are doing well. There's a few people that I'm not too concerned with. But yeah, I don't know. I think Pokemon's a good example of that. I sent Scoot a commercial they did for the 20th anniversary, and it showed like a kid playing.
That's what I meant to do.
Oh,
I meant to put that video up so we could show it,
We'll,
but
we'll maybe I can find a link for it real fast, and then I think I can copy it and drop it in the thing. Like right now, I've got one of my tabs I've got open is to set up my emulator. Like I've got an SP emulator.
cool.
Uh, 20th. And that commercial kind of was cool. Like it reminds you that
Hey, it's okay to be grown up, but it's also
yeah, it
it's
says
okay to give into your
it said you evolved and we have to, and
yeah.
that's the essence of Pokemon.
Brad
Oh
sent me that video, and I was like, "Don't look at me! Don't look at me!"
yeah, it's a tough one. It's a good one. I'll put it in the chat. Watch it when you have a second.
Yeah,
John said, unfortunately, no, he's not with them, but we're always talking to each other.
that's good.
Good,
I'm
yeah,
glad you guys stay in touch.
yeah, absolutely. He needs to come visit up here, and we could all have a fun time too.
Yeah, we'll go stick some cookies on Bear's wall.
Oh my god, I don't know how we got the deposit back on that place.
Did they?
Mm-hmm. I think they got Bear. Did you get the deposit back on your apartment? What are some other good Pokemon memories?
Um. Oh, maybe I can get it out here. I'm gonna show. Actually, let me make sure I have it before I mention it. Hold on.
I had some. Is this artwork?
Yeah.
Oh, your originals, dang.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show these real quick. This is a good point. We're here at 8:05, so we're halfway in this. All right,
You're trucking.
here we go, guys. So this is one when Pokemon first came out. Obviously, I've been drawing my whole life. Here's a picture of Goku I drew, but I set out to draw every Pokemon. I didn't draw every Pokemon, but I still have my sketchbook. So
That's
check
his
it
goal
out.
now. Draw
Yeah.
all 1,012.
Yeah.
However many there are.
Look at this by Daniel Starnes, and I would sit on the bus. Raichu's my favorite, guys. There's gonna be some Raichus in here, and I would write their name at the top and what their number is. But
Damn, are you still signing Daniel?
yeah,
Jesus.
but look at that. Look at that Onyx.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are from. I mean, what 99?
Yeah, 2000.
2000 at the latest. So, we would say, hey, there's a Cubone. Look, see, ain't nothing wrong with Cubone, although he's looking real sad. So, yeah, he's wheezing. But me and Brad had to ride the bus to school, and I would just be sitting on the bus drawing these Pokemon. Yeah, Sandslash was one that was on my team, and you had to trade him to me.
Yeah, he was.
He wasn't in red.
Because I did that with.
And Alakazam was on my team as well, but this is Kadabra.
Yeah, Golem is what I traded you for.
Kadabra. Here's Alakazam.
I'm still trying to think. I swear I had a fourth one that I always had on my team.
Yeah, Geodude. So this sketchbook it started with Goku, and it became Pokemon. Yeah, Weeping Bell. Flareon. And a lot of these I drew off of the toys because we had the little toys that came in the little clear Pokeballs. Gengar. Yeah, I drew these on the bus. Yeah, Raichu. There's another Raichu. Look at that. Dude, yeah, Psyduck. Didn't play, dude. When me and Brad were in Pokemania, dude, there was no shutting us up about Pokemon. Magmar, and that's the last one. So there's a little trip down memory lane for you guys. But one cool Pokemon thing that we did, we'd go to Acon every year.
Oh.
And there was a guy there drawing Pokemon with you draw an anime version of you, but with Pokemon. So we all went up and had him draw us with our favorite Pokemon, which obviously I was with Raichu and Brad was with Onyx, and Ashley ended up she didn't do it with Bulbasaur, but she did it with Chimchar because she called him Milkshake because he looks like he has a milkshake on the top of his head.
I almost brought that with me, and I just didn't. I didn't. I had so much in my arms already going out the door.
I think I got mine right here. Hold on.
But
It's in one of these portfolios.
but also, if you remember, he was doing those simple sketches,
Yeah.
and then I bought a full color Chandelure he did. And you should look at that.
Oh, I remember
the
it.
colors on that hold up.
Yeah,
That
I
dude
remember.
was good.
Let me see. It may be in this one. A lot of artwork in here. We're trucking on this piece, so we got time to do some play.
Aaron said, I remember when Pokemon Go came out, there was a glitch where if you turned off your location on the starter screen and walked the 15 minutes away, turned it back on, you get Pikachu option instead. And so I did that glitch and never logged back in.
Oh, here we go. So here's the one with me with Raichu. Look at that, Rai.
Yeah.
And then here's Ashley and Chimchar.
Dang, I should have brought Onyx.
Yeah. So those are cool. That's another cool Pokemon memory.
Obviously, Onyx is not full body anymore.
Yeah.
John said, I would love a Pokemon onesie, but they're limited to only a few characters. I bet we can make you some. Do you want... well, we have the sequel of the Pterodactyl. Will it be
the Pterodactyl?
Aerosactyl. We can make some for DJ.
Almanut.
Oh my god, no, let's not do that.
Slow.
Bear. Oh yeah, Bear had Wobbuffet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Because yeah, I have
Dude, we should keep that tradition going. I'll draw one for Oliver and Lily.
Oh. They have to choose their favorite Pokemon though.
Yeah. Oliver's was Charizard.
Oh yeah, he just chose Dinosaur Fire Dragon, of course he
of course it goes, yeah.
The dude I just bought something off Etsy gave me a coupon.
Cool. So how many of you guys, like me, believe that truck had Mew underneath it?
Oh yeah, I sent the artwork to you today of that.
Yeah.
Scoot, I remember when we first heard that rumor, because Scoot was, man, you might have beaten the game.
I had beaten the game by that point.
And he traded me his team and all of his relevant Pokemon
Yep.
over to me, and then reset
game.
his game to try to get Mew.
Yeah. You talk about that is a playground word of mouth rumor, and you're never going to get something like that again.
Sean said he would love one with Gyarados. It would be cool to do like
dude, it would be cool.
I think so if I did mine again, if I did one now, would I need Steelix though? As much as I don't dislike Steelix at all.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, we could do Evolve. I'll do the Mega Raichu. They got that new version that's coming out.
Both of them.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, before the internet. So, yeah, we were talking about that today. It was the rumors. The rumor mill is what kept that game alive, and then the trading aspect. I remember being in 5th grade, playing, and I was so scared at the time to get in trouble with any teachers or anything. And I wanted Magmar, and I couldn't find him. And a guy was like, I'll trade you. So I like snuck my Game Boy and Link cable in my lunchbox, took it over and like hid behind a tree, and then as soon as we traded, like I ran off like a drug deal. But that was what was cool, is like the rumor mill and the hunting for certain Pokemon, and was Mew under the truck.
Yeah.
Could you unlock this? When you first find out about Missing No, and you have to
go find him. Can you catch him? Is he an actual Pokemon?
And then he glitches your Pokemon game out crazy.
Yeah, that game.
Sean said he'd love one with Gyarados. That would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
Gyarados would be cool. You could do a dope old school like Japanese Gyarados tattoo, like the koi.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to make something happen like that with all of us.
I almost bet we could get Greg Craven since he does caricatures.
That would be cool, yeah. Got 2 of his pieces of artwork on our wall in there of me and Ashley.
Aaron said, I want to sketch out a Bulbasaur, Bulbasaur top half,
and a horse body. That sounds terrifying. That's the end of the stream, guys.
First ban in the group.
First ban. Brad dropped the ban hammer.
But yeah, I love stuff like because.
And just because, drop it on Sean too.
We were looking at that guy's art because Scoot and I pretty early got into. We always liked original art, and I might have bought that Chandelure at first, and then we see this dude's doing sketches. He actually, I'm pretty sure, was mostly a furry artist.
Yeah.
And someone did the Pokemon. We're like, dude, you're doing trainer sketches? He's like, yeah. And so we all got our trainer, we got our favorite Pokemon. So, and he did those things fast. I mean, they're real
He
loose and
did
real
do
cool. They
he
were
did do them
awesome.
fast, yeah. And that's probably I think that was like when I was starting to get back into artwork. It was motivational then.
Oh, he said do a dual one with him where he's on Gyarados and I'm on Steelix. Oh,
Oh, dude.
I
Sean, you in here driving the nostalgia,
yeah.
bro.
He's gonna. I'm just gonna go and look wistfully into the horizon real fast. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Onyx always just stood out. He's a big. It's always funny because like if you look at our favorites back in the day, one Scoot liked a lot of women characters,
Yeah.
but I always liked the bigger characters. I think it's because I was like 5'3" until I hit 8th grade or something. Like I was
Maul
the
and
tiniest.
Wildcats.
Yeah, so I always like the big characters. There was a time where we were all drawing uh, our favorite Pokemon as our team with us, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
They I remember the same thing, same Acon is same convention. We were there once, and there was a artist there, and it said, "Ask us about the Grackle badge." I'm like, "What is this?" Because there's a booth called the Happy Grackle, which is a type
Yeah.
of crow, I think. But we go up and find out it's this dude who has a Pokemon team. And if you beat him, you get the Grackle badge, and it's like, oh, that's like a badge.
Yeah. He literally had badges made.
Yeah, as a gym trainer in the wild, and so Philip, we're like, oh, we're gonna go play him, and we're all kind of like, I don't know. Philip's like, I'm gonna go play him. I was like, all right, go up there. Phil goes up there. He's like, dude, he was pretty tough. He got me. I got him with my last Pokemon. I was like, oh, cool. And I go up there and like swept him with Swampert or something. But it was really cool because you beat him. You go up and you're like, hey, I'm here to challenge your gym, and break out his game. And you battle him, and you got badges, and it made it to where.
And he lost a lot, and he was cool with it.
Yeah, he didn't have like a ridiculous team.
Yeah.
It might have all been bird Pokemon or something. I can't remember.
He did it for fun, and
it was just
cool.
a super fun thing. You didn't have to pay. It wasn't even like $3 to do. No, it was just hey, come up and ask for a battle. I've still got that Grackle badge somewhere. I think it's in my safe at home.
So I think I do too because you guys got into battling like EV training and stuff like that a long time before I did, and I got into it with X and Y. And I remember I had a Drapion that I trained, and of course I had a Raichu and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we went to Acon. And y'all were like, dude, go challenge him. I was like, man, I ain't ready to battle anybody. And I swept that dude with Drapion by myself, like just Drapion. I was elated. Like it was so much fun.
I remember that made us where we all made gyms and badges for a while.
Yeah.
Because mine was the Bubbletown Happy Gym, and after the Pillow song.
Yeah, I remember
that. I still got a bunch of the badges somewhere, but there was another thing is when Scoot since we skipped Gen 2, we never encountered the new first forms of a lot of Pokemon, and so when I gave Scoot Ruby, he started with Blaziken with Torchic.
Yeah.
And I gave him a Pichu. And what I should have done is given him the egg.
Yeah.
But instead I gave him Pichu, so that damn thing would not listen to him.
It sure would.
And because it was a traded Pokemon, it took it longer to like him. So it took forever to evolve into Pikachu.
Yeah.
So it was fun. Ann said, I love water Pokemon, which is weird because I'm not a water person. Quacksire's a mud Pokemon. Yeah. He's water ground.
Video games are a place where you can escape and be something you're not in real life.
You would think water Pokemon would be my thing, but I literally like the rock. Big rock snake.
Dwayne Johnson, he means.
Yeah. I still think man, no heat on Venusaur, but Swampert's probably my favorite starter.
Yeah.
You get out there and shake.
Yeah, I don't think Blastoise is definitely not my favorite starter. That definitely goes to Blaziken.
Matt said I'm a coughing, wheezing guy, but I love water Pokemon. Staryu and Starmie.
Coughing, wheezing, they're awesome. Wheezing.
I wish I'd learned to play the actual card game, John said. I had a couple of cards people gave me, but trading card games have never really been my thing, and I don't know why. I like the art on them, and I think they're cool to collect. Like, Bear and I bought a bunch of Magic the Gathering cards in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the 90s. And I wish we'd held on to them, because they were probably, they might have been where something might not have been, I don't know. But they were always like, we would look at the art on them, and then I remember we used to tell tarot with them. We'd shuffle the Magic cards, and you it was just story. It was creative storytelling. Like, man, probably a good writing exercise because you just like flip a card and you have to start telling a story based on the cards that come out. That was always really fun.
Yeah.
I have a few of the Pokemon cards that are like the trading card games when they're special cards. Again, like that giant Zoroark card.
Yeah.
I should have brought my dupe and then given it to whoever wins their sketch, but that's I think that's what's so fun about it is, yeah, there's the mainline games, but I'll tell you what was the Pokemon. It was the game where they were like the little toys.
Oh,
It was,
Mystery Dungeon?
no. That's where you turn into
Oh, I know what
Pokemon.
you're talking about. That
And
oh god, that was like a little eShop game, wasn't
yeah,
it?
and it was fun because you were just like these little toys, and it was just a hack and
Oh,
slash.
what was
And it was
that
so
game?
much
That game
fun
was so fun. I
because
mean, not as
Intronte
fun
was
as
the puzzle game.
not as fun as Pikachu Volleyball, but
Oh man, we found this fan game called Pikachu
it was
Volleyball,
so good.
and I have it to this day, and
It's hard as shit.
it's harder than like Dark Souls wishes it was that hard. Dark Souls says Pikachu Volleyball is hard.
Yeah, Dark Souls learned to be hard from Pikachu Volleyball.
Had the same thing. Pokemon Troze was a great puzzle game. Bear that had a the I still hear the commercial song in my head.
Pokemon Troze, hell yeah,
4 in a row and you're good to go.
good game.
Maybe 3 in a row. I don't know. However many it is. Oh, the pinball game was really good too, John. Yeah.
Yeah.
I played the Ruby and Sapphire one a lot.
Oh man, now I'm really trying to remember what that Pokemon game was, the little toy one. What was that on? Was that on the Wii?
The toy game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on there.
On the Wii. Yeah.
Let's see. Instead of trying to guess, Wii Shop. Because they made a game about it. They made a game for the 3DS or DS later on
I
it as
still
well.
have it on
Rumble.
Yeah, Pokemon Rumble. That's it.
There
Yeah,
it
I
is.
still have that on my Wii.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And they said they did. I know they released one on the DS later. I think.
Yeah, I'm
And it
pretty
was
sure
just
on
ridiculous
3DS.
beat 'em up, but it was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a little Pokemon beat 'em up. Super cool.
That's why I'm like, Pokopia is either going to be a huge letdown or the best game of the year. It's going to be game of the year.
Game of the year.
Let's see.
Getting into all the rock details on this thing now. It's getting to be fun.
Could have swore sequels. Pokemon Rumble Blast.
That's it. Yeah, Rumble Blast.
3DS.
Yeah.
And then the Wii U had Pokemon Rumble U that I never played. Pokemon Rumble World was released as a freemium game. I never played that. And then there's an iOS game. Damn, I only knew about the second one.
Yeah.
I played both of those. But yeah, there's if you haven't seen the Field Museum in Chicago this year is doing a Pokemon fossil
dude,
exhibit.
yeah.
I've gotta go.
I want to go.
Philip told us about him. Yeah, I like Chicago anyway. So
if you go, let me know because I've seen pictures from it. It looks amazing.
Stuff like that. Even like how it's kind of transcended and permeated where like people who like this game are now doctors and scientists and they name like
and they're doing absurd stuff with it.
They're doing like they find a new animal and name it after it.
Yeah.
Name it after a Pokemon, and that's super cool.
I mean, why not?
Wobbuffet?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was an alley-oop, but I dunked it anyway.
It was, yeah.
Okay. Swordes. We used to have these. We all found our favorite Pokemon. They were called like teardrop keychains, and they look like a little teardrop. They hang on your backpack, and you click them, and they make a sound. And they had them like for Mario and all kinds. They were like Gashapon.
Oh, they were super popular.
And Bear had Wobbuffets, and I guess his name over there is Sodes or something because he just go Sodes. I bet Bear still has that, even if it doesn't make noise anymore. When I was in France in Lille, I bought Pokemon Rouge, and I played that.
That's cool.
It was a cool way to play a game in another language. And any word, I had a notebook I kept with me the whole time. And when I encountered a word I didn't know, I'd look it up, write it down, and that way I could keep learning.
That's cool.
Super fun. Bear said he does have it, yeah.
I still got a lot of my old Pokemon toys as well.
Dude, they peaked with those first toys. Those little
Oh, dude.
plastic toys. That little clear Gengar, never
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, that Gengar. Oh, I
I,
wonder if I still have one.
they had kind of like they weren't really super deformed ones, but they were something like that, where they were called Pokemon Kids, and they were little blind boxes you bought,
Yeah.
and they were hollow, and I love those, and I've still got some of those. Like there's a little ledge above my kitchen door, and I have a bunch of those I bought plus my original Onyx toys up there. I have a whole Onyx shelf of stuff. They're pretty cool. A couple people.
This goes to our conversation last week about how when we get into something, we take it to the extreme.
Yeah, take it real far.
Yeah.
That's another thing is Michelle one year was at Acon was a bug catcher trainer,
Oh yeah. I know
and
where this is going.
so we started a project where she was like Scoot had made the hobby horse for some Alice
Yeah.
game.
Alice Madness Returns.
There you go. And made this giant prop, and he found this really cool thing where you make like a skeletal frame, you put expanding foam in it, and then you carve around it. Really a cool way to make props. And we saw that, and Michelle's like, I want to do, let's think a life size Kakuna. If you know, Kakuna's like 2.5 feet tall. He's huge. And so she said she wanted to do that. I'm like, okay, cool. It's just going to be a fun project we do now and then. And we probably, I mean, we were going to college at the time, so we'd work on it now and then, but we had like 3 hours worth of effort into this thing. We get out in May. Acon was in June.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, Brad, I'm going to be a bug catcher. And she had a little Joltik that she had that put in a little container, like a little bug container, and carried around. She's like, I want Kakuna to be ready. I was like, I thought this was supposed to be a fun project that we just do on the side. And she's like, I really want
Nope.
to. I was like, okay, well, here's what we need to do. And I laid out everything we needed. So I worked 7 to 3:30 at the time at Target. I'd get to her house at about 4, and from like 4 to midnight, we'd work on this thing.
And even though I made most of the hobby horse, Brad helped me with it, so he had an
Yeah,
idea of what worked and what didn't
yeah.
work.
And so I had laid out. I literally had like a timeline, and she started reading about it. And they a lot of the people who did it used this stuff that was some what was it called, like
Um,
it was
Paper
something
clay.
paper clay, and it makes it like concrete basically. It seals the hell out of
Yeah.
it. But Scoot had tried it on a small scale and it didn't work. It wouldn't sand. And so unless you wanted something to have like a marbleish, concreteish finish, it wasn't good. And Michelle read about it. And I was like, no, Michelle, we're not doing that. And she said, well, I mean, everything I read, they do. And I was like, don't do this. Please don't do this. Scoot already has done this. He's been through the trial and error. Let's just do the paper mache layer, and we do a couple extra layers of that, and then we prime it and seal it. Then we paint it. And she insisted on it. And so we did that layer, and I started trying to sand it, and I had the highest grit sand you could. It wasn't making a dent. We went to Lowe's and bought a mouse sander, and it wouldn't get through this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that was probably the first time she saw me lose my cool, and I was just like, I fucking told you we didn't need to do this. I had a plan. This was supposed to be a fun project, and then you put a month deadline on it, and I had it to where we were going to get it done on time, and now we're set back. When we rip this off, it's going to rip the paper mache off. We're going to be back. We're behind by like 3 days. And I got up and I was like, I'm going home. And I just like left. And she messaged me at like 2 a.m. and she's like, I got all that stuff off. I put an extra layer of paper mache on. I think it'll be good. And I was like, I'll be there tomorrow. And I got there and I finished it. So we painted him yellow. I disagreed because she painted him a very vibrant yellow, and I wanted him to be pastel yellow, like the original
artwork.
Kintsugi Mori art, watercolor art. And she won that, but I was like, okay, and I still had to paint the eyes, so I was painting the eyes in the hotel room. My goal every Acon was to not be building some damn prop or finishing some costume for somebody in the hotel room. The only time I wasn't doing that was when I came back from France because I didn't have a costume. I wasn't able to help anybody.
Yeah.
And so I finished this Kakuna, and that thing looked fucking dope.
Awesome. Yeah, it was awesome.
Was great. And I remember carrying, like, she was carrying it around, and people were like, oh my God, can I? And they, like, reach their hand out, and I'm just, like, chopping arms,
sir.
like, don't touch that. And then somebody was brave enough, like, how much would you charge me to make that? I was like, gosh, probably like $600 to $800. And, like, really? Like, did it cost that much? Like, no, it cost like $40 to make.
Yeah.
But the time and effort is absurd. And
so just carving that takes so much
there's
time.
There's pictures of her. Maybe I have a picture. I bet I got a picture of myself with it. I know I've got a picture. I'm gonna try to pull it up, but yeah, like so we've always wanted to make life size versions. Well, obviously, I can't make a life size Onyx.
Yeah. But
It
I
would be
can
cool
make a
though.
life size Raichu, and it is on my to do list for the year. So,
Uh, I bet I can find
oh,
this.
dude, yeah, with Sean, I made the gourd for
Yeah,
his Gara costume, and unfortunately, I spent a lot of time on it, but we came down to the wire, and we didn't have time to let it dry enough, and it broke while we were at Acon. I was so sad.
Sean still looks sexy as Gar though.
Damn right, dude. All these people were taking their pictures because he was the real ass Gara, so he looked just like him.
Miscellaneous parties. How do I not have Akon stuff in here? I remember time when Sean was making a big jug around the same time. Yeah, the big jug was him.
Hmm.
Man,
We had some fun times at Acon.
oh yeah, Akon was dope. Damn, there's the first D&D campaign I did with Sean. He looks like a kid. Uh, Memories of all those costumes I helped make. Oh yeah, I have it on my computer. Let's see. Because yeah, that Kakuna, I took a picture with it. I wasn't even in costume. I was just in jeans and a t-shirt, but I was so proud of it that I took a picture with it as well, and then would not let anyone near it.
Yeah.
People just want to handle shit and like y'all don't know what you're doing.
People always ask me how much would you charge to make that hobby horse? It's like I don't know, $1,000
A lot
at least.
more than you're gonna pay.
Yeah.
Oops, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'll get back to commentating. I just want to see if I got
No,
this
you're
picture
good.
from here. Man, how do I not have this? Just a picture of you and a jack-o'-lantern head, me in a space helmet. That's it.
Cool. That's from Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it on my to-do list this year. Things I want to do, amongst other things, is make a life-size Raichu, which that's much more doable.
My top project of the year is to finish my custom lightsaber, but
That's cool. I have a few things on my list this year. One of them being life-size Raichu. One of them is I want to finish a comic story of some kind and get it out as like an ash can. And another one is I want to record one of the original songs I've written.
so it's playing melee. Maybe I don't have. I'll have one somewhere. Well, I had it on my Google Drive, but yeah. I'm working on printing a full-size Squirtle Squad Squirtle. What I would have to charge to do if
What?
someone would make it
That's
as
so
wild.
cool.
That's buck wild.
That is cool. Squirtle Squad Squirtle, I assume with the sunglasses and everything.
Oh yeah, yeah, the sunglasses. Damn, there's my little space shirt. No way I fit in that. And coming through with the Kakuna. Yeah, she sent me a message.
Man, he's been waiting for this stream.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to show it, so
Okay, let's see.
oh, she
I
sent
got
it
you.
to you as well.
Yeah.
Michelle got a lot of attention for that because she had a cool costume, a life-size Kakuna, and a tight white tank top. So
So here's the Kakuna Brad made.
yeah.
Look at that thing.
And he said, I have the cosplay.
That thing was rad.
Yeah. Who could Sean cosplay now? He's got muscles galore and long, long hair, like Demise or something.
Demise, yes.
Just thirst trap devil. Yeah, that Kakuna took a lot of time. I like making stuff. Like I love doing like
I love projects, man.
yeah projects
God, I
like that,
love making
craft projects.
projects.
That's why the lightsaber like has been so much fun because it's so new ground with all the electronics
Yeah.
and I want to play a game. So I bought this lightsaber off of Vire Sabers, all the electronics,
Yeah.
and I bought I bought one of their blind boxes just to get a hilt, and I put the electronics in it just to test them out and kind of get an idea of what I was doing.
Yeah.
But when you obviously it's not official, so they can't uh, they can't call it like Obi-Wan's lightsaber.
Yeah.
Literal, like you click the button, it'll go the negotiator, and you click it, it'll be the blue like
Oh,
his.
cool.
So I want to play a
The
trivia game where we
negotiator.
change it to each one, and you have to guess what color the lightsaber is going to be based on
Oh,
the
that's
name. It
cool.
was I was playing the game by myself, and I'm just like,
I'm
negotiator.
winning. I'm
Yeah,
winning.
then it says Grievous, and you can't guess because he's got a billion.
Yeah.
But I even
Oh, I'm off screen. Sorry, guys.
I had I wasn't even paying attention. That was me.
It's
Me
okay.
bad. My bad. The it has like a rainbow lightsaber. I have no clue why. It's really cool though. That pixel lightsaber does. That pixel blade looks so good.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where once again, like I like my blade that came with that I bought from Disney for my Mara Jade lightsaber.
Yeah.
But that pixel blade,
Yeah.
it just
They're
shows
crazy.
the fans always do it better. Sean was definitely proud of that. Sean was definitely proud of that Gara costume. Gara was one of the characters who was cool from beginning to end of that show.
Yeah.
Aaron said you want to get an ash can out. Yep.
I sure do. Whether that's with a story that me and Brad are doing, or if it's something that I do, I don't know yet. I want to have something for Heroes Con. So
come on, Sean. Sean said I want to cosplay again. No clue who I want to be. You know who you want to be. He wants to be Lucky to my Wild.
hell yes. If I ever find that arcade, and I don't care if it works.
I just want. We never played the damn game.
I will fix it.
Lucky and Wild are the coolest buddy cops that no one else knows about. Yeah. That was an ongoing joke. It still is, obviously, but for like, it's a dude.
Dude, yeah. Let his biceps repair themselves.
Oh man, we got till September. That's my commission. Is I want you to. I know you don't do likenesses, but you need to do a commission of Sean and me as Lucky and Wild.
Oh, dude. I'll make an exception.
John said, "Can I put out a plug for tomorrow? Like plug your own stuff? Absolutely."
Oh, dude, yeah, hell yeah.
We are not important enough to not plug stuff.
Yeah, plug away, buddy.
Annie will be someone.
If you got pictures or something you want us to send,
yeah,
dude, or want me to show, send it to me. Shoot me a text.
You make custom music and you want Scoot to use it as a bumper? Cool.
Oh hell yeah.
Ann's got a booth she's doing this weekend somewhere.
Yeah, at the collectible show. I don't I didn't know that was a thing until like 2 days ago. So
yeah, always plug stuff.
Yeah,
we are a small community of people who do creative things and hype each other up. So yeah,
I'm sure it's because y'all are 501st trooping, right, John?
And I mean, Aaron pitches his.
John is
every week.
John, are you still the CEO of the garrison here, the 501st garrison here in Memphis? I want to make a costume.
Yeah,
a 501st.
That's a dream costume that I don't know if I'll ever invest the money or time into, but I'd love a Fordo, Art Commander Fordo costume, like Gendy Tartakovsky clean. Yeah, 9 to 2:30 tomorrow. That's what Annie's doing.
Cool.
When is that Blue City Con or something is coming up? I think.
I don't know.
I know Marty's gonna be there. The voice actor for Courage.
Yeah.
He was super dope.
Trying to find some more cons to go to this year. All the ones that I did apply for, I either applied too late or never heard anything back. So. But we are going to Heroes Con.
Sean, Sean said he's laid up. How long are you laid up, and is it like just bed rest? I mean, obviously you're not going to be lifting or doing any jiu-jitsu, but
and more importantly, are you in a position where we could take advantage of you?
Oh, Annie and the 501st will be at the Mid-South Toy Show tomorrow. Cool.
Hell yeah, bro.
I know you have a lot of fun, and the weather should be beautiful for it.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be in the 70s, right? So.
Come on, Sean. He said typing left-handed is rough enough. Like, you should be ambidextrous, buddy. You survived puberty like the rest of us.
Yeah. So yeah, if any of you guys are in the Memphis area tomorrow and you have nothing to do on a beautiful Saturday, go join them.
I'm telling you, when I get my lightsaber finished, I'll get Annie to help me with the costume. I can actually afford, like, I don't know, I can actually afford like the riding boots now. Like, I could buy them. But also, I could just buy another pair of red Chuck Taylor high tops and wear
Hell
them like I
yeah.
did before.
Cosplay Brad after Brad.
6 weeks in a sling, 6 weeks of PT.
Damn.
Well, you know me. You ever need somebody, I'll come over there and work some bands with you and help you rehab your elbow or your bicep.
You got this, buddy. You'll be back in no time.
Yeah. Oh, Misty said nothing related to this topic, but Horse Sister Creations will be in Meridian, Mississippi on April 11th.
There you go.
That's
If any of you are horse people and you need a
Damn.
horse costume,
Damn, Sean said he got out of surgery 8 hours ago. Shh.
damn, bro. And you're tuning in?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, stay strong, man. You've been strong your whole life. No reason to be a wuss
Yeah.
now.
It's okay to be vulnerable and let Aaron take advantage of you right now.
In a splint till Wednesday. I mean, what did we went? I know you said you tore your bicep. Were you doing jujitsu or are you just lifting? Goodness. I'll come over and bore you with all the training and stuff I'm doing for my long races this year. They are so much. We just sent off our, and he said we just sent off our first 100% custom made Horse Sister shirt this week.
Nice.
Very happy customer. Yeah. Obviously, again, this goes back to Annie and Misty are both accomplished show women, horse showers.
Horse showers.
Horse showers. They show their horses well.
They're horse showers, not growers.
They've both been to the world show and competed in their entire lives. But like us, that's not always enough. You got to create, and so they started making clothes. Initially, I believe it was for like plus size because they're always made for like super skinny. But also, if you know anything about horse show clothes, first of all, they're gaudy.
Yeah.
And a little awful, but they're very expensive. Like shockingly expensive for what you go up and see all these sequins. You're like, yeah, that's like a $50 shirt, and it's like $2,000.
Yeah.
And so they started making them a lot more affordable. And so they're working their way into a niche market, and or maybe not even a niche market, maybe a needed market.
Yeah. It's definitely a highly competitive market.
Oh my gosh, he said white belt collapsed his 200 plus 40 pounds on my arm. It caves in sideways at the elbow.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up,
dude. That's what it was funny because I did jujitsu for maybe like 6 months with Sean. Very fun time. If I had had more money, at the time it was expensive and I didn't have the money to continue at the time. Very fun, great cardio, great to wrestle, great to learn. But it was always the older people who were like, like the more experienced people would say you have to watch the white belts, and it's because they just flail or they just use it and they don't know what they're doing as much, and they so yeah, that doesn't shock me. The worst, God, I bruised my ribs there. I forgot the blue belt dude who was training us, but he just didn't know I was such a novice, and he threw me and put his entire weight on my ribs. I woke up thinking my ribs had been broken. That was painful for like 2 weeks. Equestrian, sure. Aaron said, just letting you know I'm not in Memphis this weekend.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
More for me and Brad.
We're confusing British Aaron. He said, man, I know you're saying Aaron, E-R-I-N.
Oh, yeah.
But it sounded like you said, let Aaron, A-A-R-O-N, take advantage of you.
Well, that's a given too, Aaron.
Yeah. He said that ain't happening, but wait till you get here, buddy. Welcome to America.
Welcome to America.
Erin is she is equally cool, very different. She's got boobs.
She does. Okay.
But it's a lot of stuff. Justin had a minor procedure. He's doing good, but he had a minor procedure. I had another friend who had one. He's out of. He can't lift for at least a week, and he can't run for at least 2 weeks. This is supposed to be 2026 back. Plenty of me for everyone. Sean ain't greedy. Random fun Starnes fact. Bear's name was almost Aaron. Yep. E. Aaron did the AA run, and I am sure every Aaron in the world hates that skit the same way I hate Malibu's Most Wanted for starting B-Rad.
Yeah.
I will never see that movie on principle. If they're like, the only way I'd watch is like Scoot's gonna die of this disease unless you watch it. I'm like, fine.
He's like, he had a good run.
I'm not gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna be on my phone the whole time. That brings up a very depressing thing about I saw it called the two screen theory, where Matt Damon had talked about it, where Netflix talked about the people at Netflix remind the writers to constantly refresh the audience on the plot because they're on their phone playing around and not paying attention. So you have to keep refreshing their idea, which is just, as a writer,
Awful.
is depressing. There's no way, like, first of all, exposition alone is tricky to work a into a movie without it feeling cumbersome, and having to work it in every half hour sounds like death. I'm fine with like when I like when streaming shows because it takes so damn long to put out a new season, put the recap and I'll like a 15-minute recap of the previous seasons or something. And then you do the previously on The Mandalorian, and it's like a minute. That's fine. I don't mind that, but the idea that you have to refresh somebody, your audience is dumb.
Previously on X-Men.
Oh, Sean said I'm more fond of Cobra D.
Ugh.
Let's not start with all the little Orphan Annie jokes or people coming up saying, Annie, are you okay? Oh, yeah, I'm guilty of that one. Yeah. I can't even imagine the pressure of trying to engage with the audience of today. Oh, no. Yeah, it's something. We were talking about it. I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, Scoot and I. So last week when we streamed, we got off. Scoot and I, after we got off of the stream, we went and he played Donkey Kong, and then I was playing games on my little fake Game Boy SP, and we were just talking about stuff. But then the next morning, we got up and took Sophie on an hour-long walk, and we talked about exactly one thing. That was Star Wars.
Star Wars.
The entire time. We never compared it to anything else. We never talked about, never led into anything else. We were just talking about Star Wars, past, present, future. Talking about what we're hype about for Mandalorian and Grogu, but we got into talking about them deep faking Tarkin and, more importantly, Luke, and how I didn't like that. And as a writer, to me, that's very restricting. If they were like, "Hey, you can use Luke if you want," like, "Oh my God, that's great! I can use Luke Skywalker." Like, yeah, but we're gonna like deep fake him later. I'd be like, "Okay, I don't want him. I'll make my own Jedi and just throw him in." And I said it was in like the Kathleen Kennedy said that nobody wants the legacy characters replaced, and like, man, look at James Bond. He has like 40 actors. Look at all these characters that you recast. Look at I use it as an example is when they recast Rhodey in Iron Man 2, is they're doing the Senate hearing scene. He's like, we're gonna now call Lieutenant Colonel James Rhodes to testify, blah blah blah. And yeah, Tony says, Rhodey. He turns around, he meets him first. They have a little friendly banner back and forth. It's me. I'm here.
Deal with it. Yeah.
And so they establish it, and your brain goes, okay, there's Rhodey. He looks different from the first one. Obviously, they recast him. Let's keep moving. And the idea that Kathleen Kennedy, and I'm picking on her, it may not have been her. She may have just been the head of the company, so she was getting it. But the fact that Star Wars somehow thinks that you couldn't recast Luke Skywalker and us not understand it is insulting to us. Because, first of all, I remember watching The Mandalorian Season 2 finale, and it was all of us in the room. John was there.
Oof.
And I remember when we're watching, and we've been speculating for weeks, who did Grogu contact on Tython? Who did he call? And they're like, incoming ship. And they're like, what is it? And they're like, it's a single X-Wing. Like, one X-Wing, we're saved. And you can see all of us realizing what's happening, like the light bulb going off in all of our heads.
Yep.
And they show Luke, and they do a couple of things. They show him when he pulls his, well, first of all, you see his green lightsaber and his cloak. But then when they show the scene where he's just walking and he's holding his lightsaber to his side and you see his gloved hand.
Oh.
And you're like, oh my God. And then when he comes into that door, like after he does man, I don't know. There's a lot of good hallway scenes in Star Wars. But when he comes through on those Death Troopers, and then he comes into the room, he still has his hood up, which I love.
Yeah.
And then he slowly, very calmly puts his lightsaber on his belt. And then he takes his hood down. and you're like, "There's Luke," and then Din goes up to him and goes, "Are you a Jedi?" He goes, "I am. I'm Jedi Master Luke
Oh
Skywalker."
my goodness.
That's all you need. Like, you didn't even need him to look like. You could have had Willem Dafoe in the role,
Yeah.
and as soon as you say, "Yes, I'm Jedi Master Luke Skywalker," then your brain connects it. I use the example of like if I think I'm going to start Lee watching Star Wars on The Mandalorian because it's short, and it's episodic, and it's fun. And if she saw that, she'd be like, "Oh, cool, he must be important." She wouldn't have gotten the one X-wing thing like we would have, but she would still be like, "Oh, he's obviously a big deal. He's a Jedi Master." And then if we went back and watched the show, watch like A New Hope, she'd be like, "Oh, there's Luke before he was a Jedi Master." Like new and old fans can figure that out. We don't need the second screen theory refreshing the. And if you miss the plot, too bad. Start it over.
Yeah.
Like that's you should be engaging in this stuff and like instead of like YouTube videos or background noise, not Stranger Things, not
Yeah.
not Andor. God forbid you don't pay attention to Andor.
I
Like,
paid attention. I still didn't get half of it.
but that's my high horse. Is like people they're probably right. There's probably a lot of idiots watching their shows. There's probably a lot of people who don't engage the same way. But if you're trying to mass popularize nerd culture, especially, but if you're trying to appease everyone, you're gonna appease no one. And even that, you're gonna push away your core fans. So like, I don't need you pandering Star Wars to me. I mean, you can do cool things. I like when in the Mandalorian when they the dark saber came back into play and the armorer had a little talk about it. Cool, but we'd also seen it in Clone Wars and they had a little talk about it there. We saw it in Rebels and they had that cool shadow
Oh yeah.
backstory, and that's fine. You can do little refreshers like that, but you don't have to like stop and put out a thesis every time. We can catch up. It's like comics. Like I don't know everything about a character, and it's kind of fun when you go back and you're like, oh, now this scene makes more sense. And if you're a good storyteller, like I think they were in The Mandalorian, especially in the third season, they got really into the lore of Mandalore, of reclaiming it. I thought they did a good job of kind of threading that needle where casual fans could watch it, but we're also like, oh, they're talking about Bo-Katan. She took the dark saber from Sabine,
Yeah.
was freely given, and she knows she has to win it in combat. And then it's kind of become a symbol, and she now knows that's not as important as just reuniting Mandalore. And so it's like all this really cool stuff that we maybe get a little more from. I have a friend who suggested, like, I wanted to start watching Star Trek, and she suggested I start watching Star Trek Discovery. And there's so many plot twists in there that a Star Trek fan is not a plot twist for. I didn't know that like who Spock's dad was, and when they showed him, I was freaking out. I was like, "Oh my god, that's Spock!" She's like, "Yeah, he's a big deal." I was like, "Well, I don't know who the hell he is," and so like that's cool. It's like you can put these Easter eggs in for long term fans and surprise new ones. And I think that assuming your audience is dumb is a bad way to go.
Unfortunately, that's how a lot of it is.
Star Wars Legion is fucking awesome. Oh, it's a tabletop game. Oh, I mean, Robert Downey Jr. also does say to Don Cheadle, new haircut. I do love in She-Hulk, which I genuinely enjoyed because I didn't enjoy the whole thing, obviously, but I liked a lot of it. I love when she's asking for permission from Bruce to represent Abomination, Blankov, Emil Blankov, or whatever his name is, and he goes, that's all in the past. I'm literally a different person, making fun of the fact that he's not Edward Norton.
Yeah.
And Jessica just turns to the camera and goes, ha ha. And I was like, that was the meta stuff that was funny in that. And that's like, it's a good joke, None of us struggled with Mark Ruffalo being Bruce Banner.
No.
And the fact that they think that people would think that you can't handle that is really dumb to me. I just don't get it. John said the original cast should absolutely be replaced by current actors. I love how they always come back around to Star Wars. Does anyone else relate Pokemon characters to Star Wars characters? That's a good question.
I've never looked at it that way. I think any lore can be compared to any lore. Like, You can find a way to compare things.
Andy said on replacing actor, they could have cast Sebastian Stan as Luke. They wouldn't have had to
Oh
worry
yeah,
about that. I've seen the comparisons, and that does good. But have you seen the stunt actor who did that lightsaber work?
yeah.
He looks
He
like
looks
Mark
like Luke.
Hamill.
Yeah, he looks like Luke.
He looks frighteningly like him. But I don't know. It's just
But you're right. Yeah, most conversations come back to Star Wars or Transformers in this
like
stream. So.
I haven't seen the new indie film, so I can't judge. But I heard that they de-aged Harrison Ford in it, and like obviously they wouldn't do it, but think of Indy 3, one of my favorite movies of all time. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is maybe one of the most perfect movies ever, from beginning to end, especially when you consider that he was a swashbuckling womanizer action hero, and then they put his dad in the movie.
Yeah.
Which sounds like how you kill a franchise, and it's so good. And
she talks in her sleep.
She talks in her sleep. What'd you find? Illumination. But that movie, they started out in the past, and they have Joaquin Phoenix, or River Phoenix as young Indy, and you can say they just say, "Hey, that's Indy," and they show a couple of things, and they do a few lore things. They show how he gets cut in the lip. They give him his hat.
Yeah, his hat.
I
love that movie.
The same way as like you can cast somebody as a younger version, and it's not a big deal. You just have to say their name.
Yeah.
And then you can have you can have a new actor. You can do the same thing with a younger one. And like Aldrin and Donald Glover as Han and Lando was so good.
So good, man.
Because you didn't.
I'm really sad that those movies, quote unquote, failed.
And Solo failed because of Last Jedi.
Yeah.
But I love those movies because then you can do so much with them. Because then I'm thinking, if I'm writing The Mandalorian, I'm like, I want Han Solo. All right, well, fine. They're gonna deepfake everybody. You can't have Han Solo. Cool. I want Dash Rendar. Let me bring him into canon again, and like that's fun. But at the same time,
fans would shit their pants.
Yeah, I do like in was it one of the Mandalorian episodes when they went to Coruscant and they obviously didn't show Princess Leia, so they had 3PO come in. And that was cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's things like that. Like Chewbacca, obviously he didn't play him. Peter Mayhew didn't play him much in the later movies because he was just old.
Couldn't,
beat down. But to me, these characters, Mark Hamill himself said it that Luke is not his character. He transcends people. So like, go ahead and recast him. Let somebody else play him. Luke is not like who Luke is as a person is not important. Who Luke as a character is important. He is the redeemer. He's the chosen one. Well, sort of. But yeah, John said I love Solo. Yeah, Solo was.
Oh, dude, I love Solo too.
It's so much fun. Like my biggest critique is like I wish the speeder chase in the beginning had been a little faster. Like it felt a little slow, and that's just framing.
But I turn that movie on a lot of times when I just need background noise.
Yeah,
because it's fun and
even
enjoyable.
Even him shooting Beckett, I think, is at the end.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, okay, he shot first. And
but how we feeling about Maul Shadow Lord, guys? Because I am so pumped for that.
Holly said it's hard to be quiet when someone else gets a comment question. It's not my team. I bet that is. It's. I heard somebody said when your favorite podcaster is trying to remember a fact that you know is the closest you'll ever get to knowing how a ghost feels. Because you're just like yelling, you're like, it's Star Wars! It's Star Wars A New Hope! And like they don't know it, they can't hear you. So yeah, but Holly's just shouting.
We're gonna run a little bit over just for a second, guys, because I want to finish this one. I'm very, very close.
So. Aaron said Star Trek Strange New Worlds is a must watch for sure. It's on my list next. I'm almost done with Discovery, and correct me if I'm wrong, Aaron, but that follows Pike, and Captain Pike in Discovery was incredible. I love the gif. I love the scene where the guy tries to pull rank on him. It's like the black badge. He's like, chair outranks the badge and just throws it back in his face. What great stuff.
Sophie, stop looking your way.
Shane said, Solo failed because of director change and it became two different movies in one. I don't disagree with that completely. I still think The Last Jedi played a bigger role because, I mean, you look at like, they said it was Star Wars fatigue or the recasting, but look, like, in that year, Marvel released 3 movies and all of them made $1 billion and one of them was damn Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And, like, Not that it's bad. I like the
No,
Ant-Man
I love the
movies.
Ant-Man movie.
But yeah, I don't know. I like the new indie movie. Aaron said I like the new indie movie. They didn't actually just de-age him. They did a full CG head replacement with deepfakes like they did for Luke,
Oosh,
but using a smarter model. I
ugh.
haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. I do want to watch it.
Sean said Solo just had some story snacks. No, don't disagree. That's a thing. Like it wasn't as bad as say like Daredevil Born Again, where they had to like course correct after a whole season, or um, Captain America: Brave New World, which is clearly rewritten and rewritten and rewritten and rewritten and changed and rewritten and made by a committee. Still liked a lot of stuff in that, but
Yeah, yeah.
it was clearly
It was a
something.
fun enough movie.
John said can't wait for Maul. There's no doubt. No doubt,
Bro,
John. John knows animated Star Wars is best Star Wars.
may have Maul be the first character we ever revisit on a live stream.
Yeah, Deck the Malls
Yeah.
was I man I've really animated Star Wars. I loved the Bad Batch
Yeah.
for what they did and what they didn't do, like letting characters stay dead. Uh,
Yeah.
sometimes
That honestly that surprised me.
sometimes having playful episodes like when they were getting the baby Rancor,
Yeah.
but then also like man those final like 2 or 3 episodes, and when like they just like when Crosshair was still like not confident, he's like, "Take the shot." They shot some dude like 12 times.
Yeah.
They were killing Republic commandos. There was a Zilla monster come back. It was awesome. I've got the book. I forget what they just put out a Bad Batch book, and it's I'm reading the new Dresden Files book, and it's next on my list. The Tales shows have been really good, dude, no doubt.
Oh, for
So
sure.
they did Tales of the Jedi,
The Dooku one was so freaking
um,
good.
Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire, and what was the other one? I'm missing one in there. I think, man, there's so many. The Tales things are so fun because you just get to tell these little snippet stories and then go about your day. And
Yep.
like, you get a lot, but also not too much. Your head's in the camera.
Oh, my bad.
Uh,
I felt it on my head. I was like, it's on my head.
the was it Barris Safi
Yeah.
that who turned in or framed Ahsoka, and then they showed where she went, and that was so unexpected. They showed who's the Sith witch, Morgan Elsbeth.
Yeah, yeah.
They showed her story. Got Grievous murdering her sisters and laughing in the
Oh
forest as it
yeah.
burned. I'm just like, man, Grievous was evil. Grievous was great. Tales of the Underworld, that was fantastic.
Yeah, that was real good.
That was I saw Ventress. I know John's a big fan of hers. Ventress, after like reading the books and seeing her show up in Bad Batch and all these little pieces you're getting of her, I had an idea of what her story should have been for Tales of the Underworld. It was absolutely 100% not what I predicted and wonderful. I loved it. It was something I would have never thought of, and I loved it from beginning to end. Changing World Falls Spite, Animated Star Wars, indeed the best. Yep. A couple of people are saying it's looking good. We knew that.
Cool.
Let me know when you finish Dresden. Ooh, Aaron, do you read the Dresden Files? Because I've got the second short stories to read, but I'm less than 100 pages on 12 months, and God, what a great series! The Dresden Files, 18 books, and like I wish he would go back to releasing one a year because I need them all. I want to. I think he said it's going to be like 20 books in a trilogy or something. Oh, Dresden is so fun. I've described it to people. I talk about this. I've talked about it here before. I usually use Person of Interest, the TV show, as an example of how you create characters and those characters react and evolve naturally. Where Dresden, the characters come in there, and if you read a book and they introduce they introduce the character of Scoot, and Scoot does this in this book.
He's immediately the most liked character in fiction.
If you tried to predict where he was going to be in 5 books, you probably would get it wrong. But all of it is earned and achieved, and it doesn't feel like Jim Butcher is pushing the characters where he wants. I mean, it's gotten to where now I do not think linearly with those books because I'm like, where is Dresden going to end up? Who is going to be his ally? How is he going to do this? And like, man, they did a good bamboozle in 12 months where I was like, this is obviously a dream sequence. And then when it wasn't, and I was like, fuck, what's gonna happen now? But like the characters like sometimes disappear for 2 or 3 books and will pop back up and play a big role. Uh, if you have a favorite character, they may not show up when you want them to, and things don't always turn out how you expect them to, but they feel natural and earned and involved and realistic. I mean, as realistic as magic, but it's such a good series that like 18 books is I don't know. I might like I'm gonna read side stories next. 'Cause I read Briefcases. I'm gonna read side stories, and then I might go back and read one book, then read uh, one of the start back over with Stormfront because I actually gave Stormfront to Lee for Christmas, and she loved it. Let's see.
All right.
He says Aaron is a big fan. That is cool, Aaron. I did not know that. Let me know when you finish. So I read a good chunk of the comics. I haven't read the comics, actually. I talk about Dresden as an example of how you write a character with flaws because he's like
Oh.
he says it's chivalry and like all of his friends are like you're a misogynistic asshole a lot of times, and they play it to where it's not like I'm the White Knight and like Karen Murphy hates him for it, and like it's a fun thing where Dresden has flaws. Harry Dresden has flaws, and they're presented that way, and there are things for him to get better. And like, he is such a different character in 12 months than he was in the first book, and that's fantastic. He has evolved, and like Jim Butcher has allowed him to evolve into like a mentor and more evolved or more mature character, as opposed to the spitting hellfire and running through the front door, guns a blazing. And you can really like I'm reading things in 12 months and I'm like, oh, Stormfront Dresden would have done this really different. So heads in the shotgun.
Oh.
So yeah, it's a lot of really fun. I think uh, the other thing I compare it to with Person of Interest is how I say a lot of shows or books will wrap up a story and then they have to start the story all over again because they have to reintroduce something. But Person of Interest as well as Dresden introduces all these like little not subplots because they're all important, but there's the Order of the Silver Denarians or whatever, and then there's he's dealing with the Winter Court at all times. He was for a long time on probation with the Winter Council. There's uh, he pissed off one of the forest people, so he's got to watch his back because of that. There's his he was started a war with the Red Court or what. Like there's all these little things that they don't wrap up like a neat bow at the end of every book. They're still going. So even when you get the ending and it might be a happy-ish ending, it's still there's still stuff lurking in the background, and that's what makes it good. Is when you get to Dresden again, he's got these problems already. So then you introduce more issues, and it just keeps the books feeling so fun and like a real world. And even though he introduces like the She and the Fey world and Norse mythology, and he gets into even like biblical angels and stuff, it never feels like they're just cramming stuff in there. It never feels like he's not earned. It always is so good, and how they play out like the rules of magic are always so fun. Yes, Mark, I said 18 books. There's 18 books and two short story books, plus, as Sean mentioned, comics, and there's an RPG game apparently. I've never listened to the Dresden Dolls, John. I'll have to check them out. The audiobooks are narrated by James Marsters, and that's Angel, right? And I've heard they are incredible. Like I was watching a video today of a guy dissecting why the TV show was a terrible adaptation of the books, and or just the characters in general because it didn't even adapt anything from the books. And they were talking about that they tried to add narration, and without James Marsters, that like it sounded off. And they said that some people have said it's one of the best series to listen to audiobooks. So maybe I need to find that. Maybe I need to get a hold of those. But yeah, it's uh, maybe it's a good one because maybe that if I could find ways to listen to the audiobooks, that'd be a good way to go back through them because I could do it on like long runs and stuff. But yeah, what a good series. Really great series.
That's what was missing on Raichu was his tail. Yeah.
The other books are narrated. Yeah, Sean said the cast is incredible. Yeah, I think the cast is obviously Harry Dresden is the most important, but as it expands, all the side characters and all the additional cast is so good.
Okay, we're gonna sign this guy up now. I think
Yeah,
this turned out pretty darn
Spike,
cool.
not Angel. Thank you, Aaron.
I think this turned out pretty rad.
So, Sean, you're the second person to suggest Dungeon Crawler Carl. The guy who suggested it to me, Prince Zane, was he's the one who got me reading Dresden Files. So I might have to check that out. Let me look it up now so I can remember. Dungeon Crawler Carl. Let's see. It's lit RPG, which I'm not a big fan of, but I'm always willing to be wrong, and so I will give it a try. Maybe this is the one that converts me. First book's $4.99. Put it on my wish list, man. I read one called like We Who Fight Monsters or He Who Fights Monsters, and I wasn't a big fan of it. It felt very Marty Stewish, where it was like a guy self-injecting. But I also only got about 5% into it, so I need to read more. All right. Dang, Aaron said he has to be up in 4 hours.
Oh my
It says I listen
goodness.
to audiobooks that are ones I've read. That way, if I don't hear something, I don't miss plot points. That's true. Y'all don't feel too bad for Aaron. He's a young whippersnapper. He can stay up late.
Thanks for being here, Aaron.
He said it's 3 a.m. I must be lonely. He's in he's in England.
All right, guys, we're gonna pull back on this.
If you haven't told us your favorite, now's the time.
Now's the time. Get your favorite Pokemon in here. If you're
hit the like button, you jerks.
Yeah, hit the like button. If you guys if there's anybody in the chat that's kind of lurking that hasn't commented yet, if you can't see at the top of the screen, I am going to be doing a giveaway for a sketch, either a full color sketch card or a 9x12 pen and ink sketch of your favorite Pokemon. So it's going to be your choice. So we are going to, Mr. Mime.
You never know.
Do you have all the names?
Yeah, right here.
How are we going to do this? We need to.
Anybody, you've got like 30 seconds to get your name in here. So I'm just going to number them.
Okay.
And I'm decrepit. I will struggle all day. I don't know how to get out of emojis. There we go. Aaron said, we count family in this?
We'll do one separate for family.
Okay. Well, if we pull that, we'll.
Yeah, that's fine. If we pull a family member, then, yeah, because I wanted to keep it. That's fine. It doesn't matter.
We got.
Oh, look, I have a random thing on here. I could type in all the names, but you got a lot of names.
Yeah, you got a random generator.
Yeah.
I mean,
read off the names. I'll type them in real quick. Y'all just hang tight.
Holly.
Okay.
John.
Okay.
Sticker Buns.
Just put Stink. Okay.
Yeah, Missy.
Okay.
Annie.
Okay.
Oliver.
Okay.
Sean.
Okay.
Shane. And Aaron. I think I got everybody.
Okay. Last chance. Last 30 seconds.
We'll draw you a birthday one.
If we pull a family member, then and Mark. Yeah, I forgot Mark. Okay. So yeah, we'll do one. If it's a family member, we'll do one for a family member, and we'll do one for another person, another rando. Or let's see, Mark.
Before we do, good night, Oliver.
Good night, Oliver.
He looks like he's fading, buddy. Good night. I'll see you soon.
Shane. Stink.
Yeah, Mark. I forgot to say Mark. Yeah.
So I've got 3 people that aren't family or close friends. So I'm gonna do one with family members and close friends first. Okay, so it's
Wow,
spinning.
if you didn't make the close friends list, that's gonna be tough. He said good night. Thanks, Oliver.
Misty.
Yeah.
And we forgot, oh no, you put Holly too.
Yep.
So. Okay, Misty.
So Misty's the family member.
You won the family member one.
So we put friends and stuff in.
Okay, so we got
Ponyta.
Ponyta, cool. All right, let's see. Mark, Shane, and Stink. Not that you guys aren't good friends, but you don't live close to me. You're not literal family. I don't, yeah. So Mark, Stink, and Shane. Better odds here, guys. Better odds here.
Dang, he said Sean didn't make the close friends.
Wait, yeah, he did. Was he not on the list?
I'll put him in the other one too. Who cares?
That's okay. Sean, I've got a commission coming up for you, buddy. Don't worry. All right. Sean, Stink, and Mark. Let's see what goes here. Here we go, Stink. Is it Stink? It's Stinker Buns. You're right, Shane. We would be very close friends. Actually, we are close. I want to do something for everybody, but I don't have time. Okay, so Stinker Buns. You can have another piece going on your list of stuff. So, cool. Here we go. I'm going to bring this in real quick so you guys can see some... you can see some of the detail I did on Onyx here. And good old Raichu. I knew Onyx would take 90% of the time here. But super fun. So there we go, guys. Brad's favorite, my favorite.
Together for years, 30 years.
Yep, they're still sharing a room together. So. Okay, so oh man, my mouse died. Here we go. Full screen us. All right. So Stink, I'll send you a message. Yeah, Shane, that's what we like. That's what we want to do. We want to make these where it's just like we're just talking about things, talking about comics, talking about movies. Even though we made the theme of this Pokemon, we knew it was going to go in other directions. Yeah. It just you can't help but go in other directions, and that's totally fine. But yeah, that's what we want. We want it to be a place where people can come for a couple hours just to talk about their fandom. Yeah, even if somebody popped in the chat and said, "Hey, let's talk about random thing that I know nothing about." Cool, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Tell me what you like about it and convince me to go do it. So,
and if you didn't know, Aaron's coming to town later this year.
Yep. So we'll have Aaron back here on the couch.
We'll have to stream when he's here.
We'll have Aaron on the couch. So, and we're gonna have him mic'd up because you want to hear his beautiful British accent.
Yeah. Shoot, I might let him have my seat so he's prominent the whole time.
Yeah. So, yeah, guys. Tell your friends to join in next time. We want to make this a place where a ton of people come in, and we're not trying to be YouTubers. We're trying to. I don't have time to be a YouTuber. We're just on the casting couch. No. Yes, you're right. He will be.
Paywall now.
Yeah, but we just want to make this a place where everybody can just come out and hang out and have fun. Because there's a lot of negativity in the world, and we ain't about that. We want to be here and spout positivity, and share our comics and share our Star Wars and share our Pokemon, and just share our fandoms. So yeah, Sean said, absolutely get out of here, buddy.
We'll send you next time he has a live setup. Keep an eye. So Scoot has a calendar now. He posted on Instagram. Keep an eye out, Sean. If you see one, I mean, you're pretty nerdy, so you can do anything. But if you see
pretty nerdy.
If you see a topic you really enjoy, be like, hey man, I want to come over. Let's make time. And we'll love. We've had Bear here with us and Annie, I think.
Yeah, Dwayne's been over here. Ashley's been everybody's been over here. So I haven't made March's calendar yet, and I know March is Sunday, but I'll have a calendar out this week. Mm-hmm. So again, that's just to show everybody where I'm going to be live. I do a lot of Instagram lives now. This is literally the 4th or the 5th live stream that we've done on YouTube this year.
4th.
2 of them I did by myself. 2 of them were with Brad. So some of them will be by myself. Some will be with Brad. I have an idea to have some artists on, whether they're local or we stream them in. We have ideas just to keep it fun and keep it fresh. And every week will be some kind of new topic we'll talk about. But yeah, anytime you guys, anybody, extend it out into the chat. Any of you want to come and be on the red couch with Brad?
Yeah,
you're welcome. Come on out. I do need to get some extra mics, but we can make that happen. So yeah, we just want to have fun doing these. So to wrap up, since we're 20 minutes over, happy 30th anniversary, Pokemon.
Yeah,
we love you. We love you. We love you, long Tim.
We'll be back at 68, or 68 for me for the 60th anniversary.
Yeah, so we'll still be here YouTube streaming when we're 70. So yeah, I'll make a calendar for my streaming. It'll be ready this week. The only thing that I know for sure is on the 5th, which is Thursday. I have a live stream on Instagram where I'll be with the Comics Underground, and I'm doing a kind of a sketch battle kind of thing with Sean Hill. If you guys don't know Sean Hill, he's a really awesome artist. He's done some work for Marvel and some other companies. But we're going to be drawing Ghost Rider, which is super cool. So he'll be drawing Ghost Rider, I'll be drawing Ghost Rider, and then we auction the pieces off at the end. It'll benefit us. The money goes to the artist. So so that'll be a lot of fun, and that'll be on the 5th. But stay tuned. Check my Instagram post because I pinned the post at the top. That's the calendar, so you can see when we'll be streaming. So, but that'll be available this week. So, streaming in your 70s with your Pokeballs drooping on the floor. All absolutely, right, buddy. So yeah, you guys go hit like. If you're not, go subscribe. Tell your friends. Bring a buddy next week. Well, maybe not next week, but the next time we stream, bring a buddy with you. And we'll see you guys in the future. Go play some Pokemon, and got to catch them all. Yeah. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, guys.
See you.
Have a good night.